Reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. A federal criminal complaint alleges an Iraqi national planned terror attacks in the U.S. CBS's Anna Schechter has the latest.
They were worried about the attacks expanding beyond Europe, and they were concerned about an attack carried out on U.S. soil, and they were able to record plans of attacking a prominent synagogue in Manhattan. And they have arrested him overseas, extradited him, and he's facing charges here in New York.
Charges include providing support to terrorist organizations and directing attacks targeting U.S. citizens. The U.S. is taking steps to indict former Cuban President Raul Castro in connection with the downing of planes 30 years ago. That, according to U.S. officials familiar with the matter. CBS's Olivia Gazis.
It has to do with a 1996 shoot down of civilian planes flown by a humanitarian group, Brothers to the Rescue, by Cuban fighter jets. It killed 4 people. For decades, the U.S. has maintained that those planes were illegally targeted in international airspace. The Cuban government argues it was defending its own sovereign airspace.
As President Trump heads back to the U.S. after a 2-day summit with his Chinese counterpart, CBS's Ramy Inocencio reports.
Beijing is framing this summit as a stabilization of ties between the two countries. China saying that, or positioning that it met the U.S. on its soil, it matched the U.S., didn't back down on key issues. A message as much for his own people who are watching, but also a message to Trump that China feels confident enough to stand up on those key issues like Taiwan.
A military family is speaking out after the El Salvador-born wife was detained by ICE for a month before being released yesterday.
Jose Serrano, an active duty Army Sergeant First Class, says his wife was arrested by ICE after living in the U.S. for about a decade.
We go to follow every instruction, go to every appointment.
The Afghanistan war vet says his wife, Daisy Rivera Ortega, was threatened with deportation to a third country like Mexico because her legal protection only bars officials from returning her to El Salvador. The White House notes ICE officers have discretion on who to target. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
A judge declares a mistrial in Harvey Weinstein's Manhattan rape retrial.
I'm Heather Bosch. A jury has deadlocked in the retrial of Harvey Weinstein, who's accused of raping a hairstylist and actress in New York. His attorneys insist the 2013 encounter was consensual. This is the third time the case has gone to trial. As prosecutors decide whether to go to trial again, Weinstein, who has been convicted of other sex crimes on 2 coasts, remains in prison.
Stocks are down on Wall Street. This is CBS News.
What is going on?
What's going on here? How is this possible?
Great storytelling starts here.
Oh, come on.
Why? It's time for 60 Minutes.
A manhunt is underway this noon hour after an inmate escaped the Monroe prison this morning. More on that coming right up. But first, a check on that busy commute brought to you by Seattle Sports. North 5 in Seattle, we're looking at those usual scattered backups between the West Seattle Bridge to the Ship Canal. About 25 minutes to get through all this. North 5 further north at the off-ramp to Northeast 85th. The crash blocks the right lane. So this involves a single truck that managed to roll up on the Jersey barrier. We're a good half hour into this. A tow has yet to even arrive. South 5, scattered backups between Northgate and downtown. Just under 25 minutes between Linwood and downtown. Alderwood, southbound 405, just past Damson Road. It's a collision in that left lane. Southbound 405 further south, scattered backups from South Bellevue into Renton. And again along South Center, so Bellevue to South Center right now, about 25 minutes. North 405 is bumper to bumper through the Renton S-curves. And Tacoma to Olympia, we're pushing an hour at 55 minutes. You've got backups through JBLM and again between Lacey and Olympia. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Nate Connors. A manhunt is underway in Monroe after the DOC says inmate Samuel Evans Kimball escaped from the minimum security unit around 11 last night. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has the latest.
The Department of Corrections says they no longer believe Kimball is still in Monroe, although he apparently has family nearby, so the search area has been expanded. Staff realized he was gone during the 3 a.m. count, Kimball serving time for domestic violence assault. He may have found a change of clothing or or he could still be wearing state-issued gray sweatpants, a khaki jacket, and a black do-rag. You can see his photo at mynorthwest.com. The DLC says if you see Kimball, don't approach, call 911. In Monroe, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
The 2026 election season has begun as candidates for legislative, congressional, and judicial offices in our state have filed and begun their campaigns. Casting a shadow over nearly every race in Washington is the income tax of millionaires.
In November, I think with those initiatives that are on the ballot, you mentioned the income tax, we'll get a sort of a sense of a bit of a referendum on the direction of the majority Democratic Party's policies and approach to leading the state.
That's Jerry Cornfield with the Washington State Standard. Washington Congressman Adam Smith says he's aligned with President Trump on Taiwan. China has warned of possible clashes if the situation is not handled properly. Smith, the top Democrat on the House Armed Services Committee, tells CNN the president is taking the right approach.
We don't talk about that. It is strategic ambiguity. We are not committed to the defense of Taiwan, but we're also saying that we won't. I think it's the right policy. To go one way or the other is to risk an increase of tension.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio later warned it would be a terrible mistake for China to take Taiwan by force. Well, if you bought a lottery ticket Wednesday night in Burien, you could be a winner. According to Washington's lottery, Jay's Mini Mart in 158th and 1st Avenue South sold 20 winning Match 4 tickets worth $10,000 each. 2 other $10,000 winners were recorded in Lakewood and Tacoma. And now check out that KIRO News Radio weather. Cool and stormy throughout the day. Isolated thunderstorms and a high only around 53. A similar forecast Saturday, and then sunny and 63 Sunday. Light rain, pretty windy, and 51 in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome to the show. Happy Friday to everybody out there. Thank you guys so much for choosing to spend your time with us. We really do appreciate it. Jake Skorheim sitting alongside Spike O'Neill.
Happy Friday, my friend.
Friday to you.
Did you get a haircut?
I did get a haircut.
That looks good.
Nice.
That does.
No big deal.
So if you aren't enjoying the show on the YouTube channel, I'm telling you.
You don't need to comment on my short hair. It's a little shorter than usual. It's a little shorter than usual.
You know the difference between a good haircut and a bad haircut?
2 weeks.
That's right. Dad jokes on demand. Mike's with us again today.
I feel like you did that one for me, Spike. I appreciate it.
But you know what? A setup is nothing without the follow-through. Well done, my friend.
It's a good setup. It's a good setup.
YouTube channel is what I'm trying to say.
You know what?
Follow the show.
We got a lot of stuff to get to, but before we do, my wife cuts my hair.
Does she really?
She's not a hairstylist, but she's been cutting it
You
for a
don't
long
have to
time.
tell me that, buddy.
Shut your mouth, you son of a...
I love Fridays!
You son of a gun. No, but she started cutting my hair years ago when we were first dating, and I let her do it to show that I that I was interested.
She
was like, it'd be fun to cut your hair, and I said, okay, yeah, like, you know, whatever. I'm only trying to impress you. If you're into it, then I don't care. If you mess it up, then...
Still the first bottle of wine at that point? Because that's an deciding factor.
Okay. But then she just kept it up, and think about that.
It looks great.
How much money I saved over the last 16 years?
Don't I know it?
It's a bunch. All right, we got a lot of stuff to get to. This first story is actually of importance on time, and you guys need to know the information. We want to get this information out to you as quick as possible. People are covering the story. There was an escaped convict from Monroe Correctional Complex. This would have been early this morning, in the wee hours of the early morning. They noticed that he was gone in the early hours, but it looks like he actually got out late last night.
Correct. There was a bed check at 3:30, as there always is. When the count came up one short, they went and checked surveillance videos and noticed that the guy, the escapee from Monroe Correctional Complex, and his name is Samuel Kimball.
Samuel Kimball.
No relation to the Dr. Kimball.
No relation to Dr. Richard Kimball?
No relation at all. Doesn't have the cunning and guile.
Well, I don't know.
Although they don't know where he is.
He might have the cunning and guile because he's gone. He's still out.
In the wind.
They don't know where he's at. So here's the timeline, and this raises a very interesting question, and it's going to be a continuation of a topic that we discussed a week and a half ago. At 10:53, Kimball escapes. This is according to the timeline that the DOC has now put out there.
Has finally? I don't want to give away the essence here.
Yes, but they
has finally released.
They gave a release locally at a certain time, which is relevant, which we'll get into in a second. So, what's his name again? Samuel Kimball. I keep wanting to say Dr. Richard
Sorry,
Kimball.
I shouldn't have done that to you.
No.
I know what a movie buff you are.
Please. It's pronounced Dr. Richard Kimball.
Again, this is not a doctor. That's a movie guy. This is a real guy, Samuel Kimball.
Furthest from it.
He is currently serving a 27-month sentence for conviction of a domestic violence court order violation outside of Snohomish County. All right, so 10:53 p.m., Kimball escapes from the Monroe Correctional Complex, which anybody who's driven through Monroe, you've probably seen it. It's right next to the high school. I don't know why they put it right next to the high school.
The land was cheap.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
it's, it's actually got kind of a nice view.
It does. It's on a hillside, surrounded by lovely. They shine the barbed wire regularly.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
This is okay. So this story hits home personally because I'm out in Monroe all the time. I am a stone's throw from Monroe. This is where I go see movies with my kids. This is where we go on hikes and do all sorts of stuff.
The key word in that sentence is your kids. Your kids who go to school in this community.
Yes.
Go on.
So 3:30 a.m. they confirmed that he's missing because of this bed check that the aforementioned that we just talked about, and they say, hey, you know what? Last time we had another guy here, and now he's not here, so he's missing. And then, thankfully, they rush this information out to the public 4 hours later. That's the question mark that everybody's asking right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to play you a quick clip. Charlie Harger sent this over to me. He thought it would be relevant. Now, he's right. You know who Photog Steve is? We've talked to him on the on the show before. He's a local media
citizen journalist. Can we? I don't because I don't want to say it in any derogatory sense. He's
a local. Yeah, he's a local citizen journalist.
Yeah.
He's quick on things.
Yeah.
And he drives himself to locations. He follows up on stories. But he's been posting about this, and he's asking the question, well, why did it take 4 hours if you have somebody who's been arrested and convicted of a dangerous crime and then makes his escape? Wouldn't that be relevant information to the local community to make sure that you can get this guy back and to make sure that the local community is safe in case this guy does anything? Here's what Steve had to say about it, and then let's get into it.
There has been a prison break this morning from Monroe State Prison. There has not been any public disclosure because the governor's office does not allow them to communicate with the public.
He posted this video, I think, somewhere around 8 a.m. where they still hadn't released, or just before.
Or media without their express authorization on each and every communication. But otherwise, the public has mostly been unaware of a prison break in their backyard, not even told to lock their homes. School's about to start. The community was not notified. DOC is not allowed to make communications to the public or to the press without express consent from the governor's office. Axios has exposed this recently. A lot of us knew it but couldn't get the proof to show it, and here we are.
So that was prior to the 7:45 a.m. Department of Corrections news release when they finally issued a warning locally. Hey, we have an escaped prisoner.
Photograph of the prisoner.
Photograph of who you're looking for. And Photog Steve is absolutely right. We talked about it on the show last week, that Axios piece, which kind of exposed the story that we already knew about here locally inside very locally inside the newsroom, because we have reporters here who have long-term relationships with the various departments that make up our government in Washington State. You have the WSDOT, you have Washington State Department of Corrections, like we're talking about right now.
Health and Human Services, you name it.
HHS.
Everybody, we reach out, like you said, the members of the KIRO News team reach out, and hosts of various shows.
All the time.
Reach out to organizations and have for years.
Yeah.
And recently there was a hiccup in the line of communication.
Here's how it works. You develop relationships with people, and then you need information because we're in the information business. You need information quickly that you want to disseminate to people.
Let's say Sully, who's doing morning traffic updates, and you want to know what's going to be closed or impaired.
He can get to somebody at WSDOT who he's been working with for 2 decades,
right,
and they can quickly get a response back and forth so that information can then get out to you, the listener who needs to know that information. That has all stopped. And the way it works now, since Ferguson came into office, and since he took power, is that his office now is the only one that can disseminate this information. Once they've cleared, they have to.
It has to be cleared.
Requests have to go into them.
Yes.
And then they give those departments, which before his office was in place, before he was governor, they just did. They have PIOs. They have all these media relations people. Yep. They did these jobs, and it worked fine. And now Ferguson's office says, no, everything has to come through us. We're going to approve the messaging so it's a consistent, the idea is this consistent messaging.
That was their explanation. Well, when only enforced through investigation, that they wanted correct information and a uniformity of messaging to get out to the various community organizations or news organizations. And we cited at the time, what about time-sensitive issues like, say, a measles exposure at SeaTac Airport?
Yep.
That we wanted to get out to the public, and the health department wanted to get out to the public, but it had to be cleared through the governor's office.
And according to Axios, they had this story, I think it was a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, whenever it was. Staffers are not happy with this new policy. They're saying that it's causing a lot of internal frustrations. You have people at these various departments who are like, listen, we're trying to do our jobs, but we're being pinned in from the governor's office who are, let's say on a late night, you want to get this information out. Exactly as happened in Monroe. 3:30 a.m., you know that an escaped convict who is in prison for an assault escapes into the local community. Now, who knows what he's going to do? I don't know. Well, wouldn't it be great to get that information out there for people to protect themselves?
And not just a convicted violent criminal, but someone who's just escaped jail.
Yeah.
Who's probably got a sense of desperation and whatever in his mindset.
Yeah, 100%. Why else would you escape?
You know, when we're talking about potholes and lane closures, getting the information out, it's important. When we're talking about the safety of your community, that's the only reason we get information out. That's the reason these agencies exist, is to inform the public of situations like this.
And so this policy, do we all agree this is a bad policy, right? With the governor's office? I mean, we're still waiting. We have our news people here have actually reached out to the governor's office to ask, all right, was there a timeline that was stretched out because you guys didn't get back and give them permission to pass on relevant information? Or was that not even in their purview this time? What took 4 hours to notify the public? We've reached out, no response yet. And I would think they'd be quick on the response. No response from the governor's office. But my question is, now that we know that this is the way that they do business, and we know from the Axios article who talked to staff from 3 former governors' administrations who all said, we never had anything like this. Those are professionals in those jobs, and they're hired to do a job. Why would we want to stop them from doing that job?
And not only was this is our new policy, there was also a directive from the governor's office. Let's not mention that this is our new policy.
Also, don't tell people this is policy.
This is what we're doing. This is how things are going now.
Now, why would you be embarrassed of sharing that information that that's policy unless you're embarrassed of the policy? They must recognize that it's bad to not want to share information.
I'm unable to come up with a better understanding that this is an unpopular policy.
Yeah.
They're trying to focus on messaging. They're trying to stay on messaging. That's why they want to centralize all messaging through the governor's office, singularly.
Feels icky.
What we need to know, and as you mentioned, the news, Charlie Harger's been all over this. The news division has been reaching out to the governor's office for not just when did the Department of Corrections ask for permission to notify the community? What's the standard time frame? When there's a dangerous element to the community, how often, what's the standard to get this out to the information?
Yeah. I looked this up. It's almost immediate.
That's kind of what I thought.
So here's what it is. Have you ever heard of a BOLO?
Yeah, be on the
BOLO alert. Be on the lookout alert.
Yeah.
These are sent almost instantaneously, and the reason that social media is so great, it's horrible for a lot of things, but one of the reasons that it's really good, one of its main redeeming qualities is dissemination of information in a timely manner. You can put out a post. In this case, Monroe Correctional Facilities or local city of Monroe, administrative, whatever, they could have put out a post immediately saying, this guy is on the loose.
If you're a parent sending your kid to school this morning, don't you want to be informed that there's an escaped
100%.
convict in your area before you tell your kid just to walk down to the bus stop and wait for the school bus?
Here's a question I have for you. When the governor's office finally responds to the requests about the timeline and everything, and it turns out, I don't know the case, but what if it turns out that the governor's office did have this information because it's 3:30 in the morning and that office is probably asleep. They're in Olympia. They're not in Monroe trying to deal with an escaped convict and letting the public know. If they were the reason that information wasn't shared for 4 hours, what should the response from the public be?
Demand for better service. Demand from the governor's office. If you're going to require everything go through your office, it should be a 24-hour hotline. Butterball's got a 24-hour hotline. How about you guys have one to make sure your community's informed of dangerous situations?
We talked about this a little bit yesterday, but when I was in college, I was an RA. And one of your responsibilities as a resident advisor, and it was the worst part of the job, but one of your responsibilities was 1 day a week, you were on call for 24 hours, which meant that overnight while I was sleeping, I slept with a phone, like a really loud cell phone that was passed around to all of the different RAs to make sure that if somebody got locked out of their dorm, which happened all the time because college students are not accountable for anything, or they lose their keys because they're drunk or whatever it is.
Sure. The
second somebody needs to be let into their place, I'm awake and I'm going downstairs to make sure that, and that's just to let somebody in their door.
Right.
Now imagine you're the governor's office and you have an escaped dangerous convict in a small little town like Monroe, where it would be very easy for them to spread this information around very quickly, where local police could probably there's not a whole lot of people moving around at 3:30 in the morning.
No.
I imagine if somebody was running around, you could get that information out fast and somebody go like, hey, I just saw a guy who looks like he's dressed like a prisoner.
Say you're on your way to work and you stop to gas up your truck. Don't you want to know and be more aware
100%.
of a situation where somebody an escaped convict may try to steal your vehicle from you, harm you?
Yes.
Take you prisoner? I don't know.
Yes.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Imagine
Again,
the worst.
he's desperate.
They just put it on the table. You can't imagine the worst possible scenario. You have to imagine the worst possible scenario because that's the position the governor's office and their new policy has put that community in.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Is it too much to ask for somebody to be on the phone 24 hours a day?
Well, they've got a lot of budget problems right now.
Yeah,
Spike.
okay.
You got to cut budget where you got to save money.
Okay, farm it overseas.
They've only got $80 billion to spend.
Give me a call center somewhere. Cut the cost down.
Is there somebody in India that could just be on the phone 24/7?
Whatever it takes.
Even an AI person would be better
Whatever
than
it
an email
takes.
to nobody.
Maybe not for lane closures.
Yeah.
But for maybe disease outbreaks or escaped convicts. Can we have
I would rise to the
a
level.
certain level of public information that bears the importance of 24-hour availability
And
to
again,
send out information?
Again, to be fully fair, we've requested information on whether or not they were some sort of a logjam, and the reason that this information wasn't given out.
Is there a
in more
ton of
timely
lane? There
manner.
was a couple lane closures this morning backing up the system.
We have not gotten a response yet whether or not they were responsible, but given what we know about their guidelines that they have to be the central hub for all information going out and approval of all these things, it would be crazy to me if they had not foreseen this possibility and said like, hey guys, by the way, if the escaped convict is out, like, and you need to get that information out quickly, by all means, don't feel like you need to email us. You can copy us on it, but don't wait. Do the thing that you need to do. But if they still made them wait,
a reexamination.
This is going to be a big story.
Well, this is a dam breaker of a story. If this is the case where this office requires every piece of information sent out to the public goes through the governor's office for approval.
Yeah.
If this doesn't change that policy, something's got to go.
Something's got to change. Absolutely. Can we comment just real fast on the craziness that this is an escaped convict and his last name is Kimball, when this is immediately where my brain went to as well?
Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Our fugitive has been on the run for 90 minutes. Average foot speed over uneven ground, barring it.
Again, this is in Monroe. It was 4 hours by the time they let the public know.
Injury is 4 miles an hour. That gives us a radius of 6 miles. What I want to...
Again, this is not the real convict running away. This is a movie version. This is Harrison Ford.
If we had this team on, they'd know where the guy was by now.
Yeah.
I postulate.
Yes, 100%. Tommy Lee Jones would find this guy in a second.
With the quickness.
Yeah, with a very, yes, it would be very fast.
Each and every one of you is a hard target search of every gas station, residence, warehouse, farmhouse, hen house, outhouse, or doghouse in that area. Checkpoints go up at 15 miles. Your fugitive's name is Dr. Richard Kimball.
In this case, it's Samuel Kimball.
Samuel Kimball.
And he's not a
no
doctor.
relation.
Yeah, no relation.
Probably wearing orange, just to put it out there.
He's not actually.
Oh,
In
he's
this
not?
case,
Oh,
he's wearing a state-issued gray sweat. At least he was when he left. He was last seen wearing a state-issued gray sweatpants, a khaki jacket, and a black do-rag.
Boy, that sure blends in with the twilight of dawn, doesn't it?
Here's what I would
Maybe
do.
orange. Maybe orange.
I was going to say, I think orange was chosen for a reason.
You think?
And I think it's a smart choice.
Let's go with gray.
Is there any other thing? We need more of like peacocking colors for our convicts.
I got a pair. I swear to God, I have a pair of Sheriff Joe Arpaio.
Yeah.
Pink T-shirt and boxers at home. Bought to me as a Christmas gift from my father-in-law who lived down in the Arizona.
If it works, it
Big
works.
fan. It works.
Yeah.
It works. Visibility's key when you're looking for a fugitive.
They have it for a reason. They have it. You know what I would do? Sequins. A whole outfit made of sequins.
Rhinestones.
Rhinestones.
Yeah.
So they're just
like
shiny.
a little disco ball in the night.
So when a cop drives by and he's flashing his lights and he's trying to hide and it's just like, bam.
Boom.
Yeah.
He
it's like,
pops.
It's disco.
Yeah.
And then you know where the guy is. You go like, are you? Because you're in full sequins.
Yeah.
Unless
You
that's
are.
a really common outfit up in Monroe, which I don't think it is. That's
but
a good
put
idea.
like reflective strips on him, like catch the lights. That's actually a great idea.
Green
Sequin.
khaki.
Maybe they can give sequin color options, like maybe like silver. If you've been there a lot longer, then you get like maybe a blue or a gold.
Sure.
Depending on your hierarchy in the prison.
For violent criminals, you get a more flashy color.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
The bigger the danger to the community, the brighter the flash.
100%. Yeah. You have to earn a gray sweatpants and khaki jacket.
Right?
I like what you're saying.
Through years of trust.
Yes. Yeah. Which is kind of odd.
I know the KIRO News division out there is on this story, and as we get updates from the governor's office as to what was the holdup for 4 hours of putting the community in danger, we'll let you know.
We'll let you know as soon as we know. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. Be right back.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Renton police investigating a shooting that happened just after midnight.
Engaging conversation.
It's just indefensible. The mayor's communications team should be better.
Traffic.
A full closure now, southbound 509 at Alexander Avenue.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Held over due to popular demand. This is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, today through Sunday. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, today through Sunday. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. 18-month interest-free financing. Our factories have demanded we sell 1,000 hot tubs and swim spas this weekend. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Huge factory incentives, factory rebates, this weekend only. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. We can remove your old hot tub. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Deep, deep discounts. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Just relax and enjoy. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Today, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Free admission. Free delivery. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Call 833-SPA-SALE or visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
There is one real estate agent who's been helping KIRO listeners longer than anyone else, and that's Wes Jones with sellwithwes.com. Wes, you've helped KIRO listeners in good markets and more difficult ones. What do you think has been the secret to your success?
Experience has taught us that to outperform the market, we needed to do things differently from the status quo, that we needed to do more. Our exclusive system covers innovative marketing locally and internationally, leading to more eyeballs on your home. Better listing prep for better showings, negotiation strategies that eliminate pesky buyer contingencies, and generate stronger offers. Through our exclusive client programs, our sellers enjoy an extraordinary marketing experience utilizing techniques a traditional agent cannot offer.
So if you want to sell your home faster at a higher price and with fewer contingencies, if you want more, visit sellwithwes.com, sellwithwes.com, a better way to sell your home.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
The NBA playoffs are underway, and now you can trade every game on Kalshi. You can also trade on who wins each series, the conference finals, and the championship. San Antonio is currently trading at 19% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out over $500 if they take the title. On Kalshi, you're trading against other people in a live market. No house, no odds makers. And as odds move, you can buy in or out anytime throughout the postseason. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code PASS to get $10 when you trade $10. KALSHI. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
How does your roof look after this winter? Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Spring into action today. Save $3,000 on a new roof, siding, deck, or windows. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. Former Governor Christine Gregoire is blasting Olympia's budget strategy. At a recent Q&A with the Association of Washington Business, she accused lawmakers and Governor Ferguson of leaning on tax hikes as a way to solve the state's multi-billion-dollar deficit.
We don't really have an income problem. We have a spending problem. And we're answering it by stacking one more tax, one more rule, one more regulation.
Gregoire also warned new taxes could drive businesses out of the state. Lawmakers says the state's new millionaires tax will generate more than $3 billion to help pay for the rising costs and needs of services. Starbucks is cutting hundreds of corporate support roles across the U.S. as part of a major restructuring effort. According to the Seattle Times, Starbucks announced today it plans to lay off 300 workers. The news comes less than a week after the company let go of 61 corporate employees as a result of a reorganization in its technology department, according to a state filing. The company says the layoffs affect workers in marketing, product, technology, and other support teams. Retail store employees and baristas are not part of the cuts. Tacoma police honored 5 staff members at Foss High School for jumping into action during last month's stabbing spree that left 6 students injured. KIRO 7 TV was there yesterday.
And while the circumstances were tragic, the response reminded us all of what community can look like.
The violence began when the 16-year-old student allegedly pulled a knife during a confrontation over a stolen vape pen. Dave McEachern, a special ed support professional, stepped in.
It was just a natural reaction for me. To break something up, to make sure everybody's safe.
The teen suspect is now facing multiple felony charges as the case moves through court. Another big day for the Mariners offense yesterday as the team rolled over the Houston Astros by a score of 8-3. M's outfielder Luke Raley continues his hot bat.
The pitch, swinging a well-hit ball deep to left center field. Cole going back to the warning track to the garage doors, and this one is gone. Goodbye, baseball. Wow. Just into the Crawford box that angles up toward the garage doors and opposite field. Home run by Luke Raley.
Mariners return home this weekend to take on the San Diego Padres in Part 2 of the Vetter Cup. Tonight's first pitch is 6:40 p.m. You can catch all the action on our sister station, 710 Seattle Sports. On Wall Street, stocks are lower on inflation jitters. The Dow down 480, the S&P 500 down 80, NASDAQ down nearly 350. And now your KIRO News Radio traffic out in Bremerton. We've got a traffic alert, a collision blocking all northbound lanes of State Route 303 at Fairgrounds Road. Drivers need to seek alternate routes as we have no estimated time to reopen at this time. North 5 in Seattle, those usual scattered backups before the West Seattle Bridge of the Ship Canal. About 25 minutes to get through this. South 5 slows from Northgate into downtown. Southbound 405 scattered backups from South Bellevue into Renton. We've pretty much cleared out in South Center. North 405, though, remains heavy through the Renton S-curves, and it's still a 55-minute commute between Tacoma and Olympia, backups through JBLM, and again between Lacey and Olympia. And now check out your KIRO News Radio weather. A stormy Friday continues this afternoon. Isolated thunderstorms, windy conditions, a high only around 53. 50 cloudy and breezy right now downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. What song is this? What band is this?
Oh, Third Eye Blind, right? Semi-Charmed Life. No, it's not. Semi-Charmed Life, right?
Yes. This is Third Eye Blind.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Initially, I was with Mike. I thought it was Spin Doctors.
I thought it was a do-do-do.
It is.
That is. But that's Third Eye Blind.
Third Eye Blind. From American Pie fame.
That's right.
I used to love Third Eye Blind. My wife still makes fun of me for it.
I saw them once. They played a medley of their hit.
They had an album.
Jokes.
I'm trying to remember what the album was. They had an album. It was all bangers. Every single song was great. And I could sing it from start to finish poorly. But I knew every word. I wonder if we played it right now for the rest of the show. I'll just sing every single word.
Challenge accepted. Let's go.
Challenge accepted. Go. All right, let's not do that. Quick thing. We're going to get into, in just a second, I want to talk about World Cup is coming up, and Seattle has some new bathrooms, some solar-powered, high-powered, solar-powered bathrooms.
Great.
It's the future. It's like you can pee in the future. But
on or in?
Both.
Sorry.
Both. Well, you'll try not to, but you will on. But you'll try not to.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Here's a quick question, though. Does this make me a horrible parent? I got a text message this morning. This is a parental question.
Oh, wait a minute. Does this make me a horrible parent?
Yes, this is a parent. This is a parenting question that you as a parent who now has grown-up kids.
Okay.
You can render a verdict.
I'd be honored, man.
Okay. So I'm going to put you on the bench, and we have a gavel. So when you're going to make your judgment, you let me know, and I'll hit this gavel noise.
Oh, great.
Okay, because we did this yesterday, and people really liked it, where I ask you to render a verdict.
Pass a little judgment, sure.
Yes, pass some judgment.
You betcha. I'd love to.
That's all I want you to pass in here. So we get a text message early this morning from one of my son's baseball teams. And the text message said, "So sorry, guys," with like a frowny face. "Everybody, so sorry. Unfortunately, because of the rain, we've had crazy rain the last couple of days."
Mm-hmm.
It was like that's the thing. Weather around here, if you're not used to it, and I am because I grew up here and I've lived here all my life, so I'm used to it. But anybody listening who's semi-new to the region, we have these glimpses like we did earlier in the week where it was like 80 degrees on Tuesday. You remember that?
Sure do.
It was like 81 degrees until 6 o'clock at night. It was like just beautiful, warm weather. And then the next day, dumping rain.
Yeah.
It's like fall.
A
all over
20-degree
again.
drop in temperature. 25-degree drop in temperature to someplace.
Yes. So anyway, last few days, we had beautiful weather. And then the last couple of days, it's just been like crap and rain and all that stuff. Now, that means that the baseball fields that one of my son's team was going to play on, unfortunately, I say that in quotes, they're not going to be able to have the game tonight. So the game has been canceled, which means that my wife and I, who had plans after the game to go have a little mom and dad time on a little date,
nice,
we get to leave earlier now. And so my parents are babysitting the kids tonight. They're going to come over a couple hours earlier than they were previously going to. So it's a little selfish, but I was so excited when I saw that the game got canceled. It's a fun experience for my son to be on this team.
Sure.
Great. But I also have 3 kids in sports right now, which means that every single night of the week is spoken for. And on most weeknights, my wife and I are split up in different directions because at least 2 of the kids have something every night of the week.
Yeah, you have to divide and conquer. There's no other way to make the schedule work.
100%.
Okay.
So when I get the news that the game is canceled, there's all these parents on the team chat that are like, "Oh man, that's such a bummer, it's such a bummer." And I'm like, is nobody going to be real? Is nobody going to respond the way that everyone is really feeling? And I know this because they're also parents and they also are busy and have kids. is nobody else going to send a happy face or a heart emoji or something? And would it be wrong?
Couple champagne glasses clinking?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite little emojis.
Yeah. My wife sent me a dancing emoji, and
There
she
you
was
go.
so excited.
Let's get out of town.
Because we can now head out.
Beautiful. Yeah.
So is it bad parenting to be excited that my kid doesn't get to play baseball tonight? Or is it good parenting because it's just realistic life and it's very busy and everybody's stretched thin on time?
I think.
Are you ready to give a verdict?
I'm absolutely ready to give a verdict on this one.
Let me pound a gavel.
Order in court.
All right, Spike's verdict.
It is my judgment in this matter that you are in no way, shape, or form a bad parent.
Yes.
In fact, I'll go one further. I think you're an example that the rest of the parenting community in which you find yourselves should take notice and take leadership or take place from.
That's nice.
Here's the thing: everybody on that is they're fronting.
Yeah,
they're living that social media life.
They're lying.
Where it's a better life than they've ever. Everything's great.
Well,
I can't
go to every game.
I can't wait to spend 6 nights a week this week, ride my little one to practice.
Yes.
No,
you're right. You're saying they're liars.
They're not.
They're misrepresenters.
They're misrepresenting themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They're living that. And I don't blame them either because it's a cultural thing. They think they got to keep up appearances.
You're right.
So they don't look like a bad parent.
You're right.
Hey, folks, we dedicate a ton of time and effort and resources to get these kids to sports. We understand the value. Every once in a while, the heavens open up and give you a rain out. Remember Bull Durham?
Absolutely.
Well, we need a rain out.
100%.
I can get your rain out.
Perfect.
And now you've got a night to spend with the bride.
Yes.
To
My
build
marriage will be stronger.
That's
My
right.
kids ultimately will be happier in life.
You are better chaperones, chauffeurs, coaches, assistant coaches.
I feel so much
because
better.
of this. You're not a bad
And I already felt pretty great.
I
And
take
now
issue
feel
with those
even that much better.
phonies on your social media feed. Oh darn!
Well, it's a group text, but I did.
Yeah. Well,
there was a lot of responses, and everybody was really acting sad, and I just couldn't believe that they were acting sad.
Am I the only one brave enough to admit that I could use a night off with the missus?
I felt like I honestly felt like I should respond and be like, "Isn't everybody else excited about this?" Because I assume that no children are reading this. This is a parental text line.
You would hope. How many games a year does this team have?
We have. This is my son's. This is 8. They're 8 and 9 years old. Those are the kids on the team. We have 3 games a week, and commonly a practice. This is just one of the kids.
One of the kids. And we're not talking about a 6-game season.
2-hour games.
Right.
We're talking many games.
Yeah.
I feel like they could get it in 5.
And
you know what I mean? I don't want to be a bad parent, but I feel like they get the idea in 5.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And this game was canceled for safety reasons.
For safety.
Your coach knows what's going on. He knows that field condition.
Yeah.
He's not going to put those little tots out there in dangerous conditions, hurting an ankle or an knee.
No.
Don't do that.
You got to worry about lightning. They're using metal bats. These aren't wood bat kids. No, they're still very young.
You live in the moment. Take the time with your bride. And your kids get grandparent time?
Yeah. Everybody's happier.
Right?
Yes. You're totally right. All right. Well, I appreciate that. That does make me feel better. Thank you very much. We did not get to the future bathrooms.
You have to hold it.
I'm going to ask you to hold it.
Can you hold it for a break?
Can I hold it for the break? Yeah, I can hold it for the break.
Okay.
Yeah. And then?
Well, I don't know.
I'm going to release.
We have 2 time-sensitive stories coming up.
That's true.
A couple married an unbelievable amount of time.
I'm not as interested in that anymore.
Yeah, but
just say it real fast. Just tell them.
Couple's been married 83 years.
Congrats.
And they can tell us the secret to happy marriage.
Nah,
2 words.
Nah.
2 words.
What is it?
Yes, dear.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
That's smart. All right, we're going to tell you the bathroom story next because I think that's more relevant to your life, and it's very entertaining, and you're not going to believe how much these 4 bathrooms are going to cost you if you pay taxes in Seattle. We'll tell you about it next. Stick around.
Spike O'Neill here for Ageless Living. Recently, my aunt had surgery, and she was home the next day. But we weren't sure if we were ready or equipped to give the kind of care that she needed, so we called Ageless Living and asked about respite care. A short-term stay that provides 24/7 expert care, Ageless Living amenities, and peace of mind for you and your family. Go to agelessliving.com/spike and schedule a visit. It can be a much-needed break for a caregiver and a chance for you and your family to get a look and a taste of what Ageless Living offers. That's agelessliving.com/spike.
Your medication for enlarged prostate is working. That's what you tell yourself. You're up 3 times a night instead of 5. The urgency is manageable. The stream's not great, but it's fine. That's the problem. Fine. Enlarged prostate, or BPH, doesn't pause because the medication takes the edge off. The prostate keeps growing. The bladder keeps working harder. And over time, those changes can be harder to reverse. But surgery? Not for you, right?
Aquablation is not the surgery you're picturing. It's the only ultrasound-guided, robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Don't wait until things become unbearable. Find an Aquablation urologist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466. 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
Well, folks, we made it through the rainy season, but did your roof make it through the rainy season? Give my friends at Integrity Roofing and Construction a call today and schedule yourself a free roof assessment, video inspection. Get it done. Take a look. See how your roof's lasted. Have them take a look at what you're using to protect your biggest investment, your home. Integrity Roofing Construction offers full restoration repairs. They've got a design division inside a design division. Hang on. Give them a call at 206-202-ROOF, or you can find them online at integrityrc.com.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with 0 investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all. Sound like your home? Then call for your free inspection.
InsulationNorthwest.com. Around here, we see a lot of people head out. No matter where they're going, we just help make sure they're ready. Before you hit the road, get a pre-trip safety check from Les Schwab Tires. It's free. Plus, this May, save up to $200 on select sets of 4 tires, including all-terrain, highway, all-season, and all-weather. So go ahead. Explore with confidence. Les Schwab Tires. We're here to help you take the long way. Limited time offer while supplies last. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
All right, welcome back to the show. trying to wave Spike down so he gets back in here. He's just out there chit-chatting with, talking with Luke. You got an update on any stories for us?
Well, getting the first response from the governor's office.
Oh, on the escaped convict story.
On the escaped convict story. Now, we're trying to lock down this for verification, so I'll say, reported to the KIRO newsroom. The governor's office first initial statement, and I'm not sure if that's official yet, so I'll say that with a caveat.
Okay.
That the DOC is not required to seek the governor's office's clearance to issue a public safety statement to the community of Monroe.
Okay, so they're basically saying, don't blame us that it took 4 hours to get that
That's the
information
initial.
out.
We still don't know whether or not DOC did reach out, was required to reach out. There's still a lot on
This is also the same office that said, don't tell people that we have this policy, right?
Exactly the same office.
All right, well, fair enough. Take it with a grain of salt.
Sorry to
There
be
you
late
go.
to the back.
No, you're good. World Cup is coming up. We are almost exactly a month away, and they are preparing. And one of the things that they're adding to the downtown core area, I believe this is in Pioneer Square, is some bathrooms, portable bathrooms, not full-on, bathrooms that they're constructing.
They didn't get a permit, and the construction, all the rigmarole and the bureaucracy required to spend that kind of money to put in a permanent bathroom.
Yeah.
This is a pop-up.
Just imagine, when I had my wedding, we had to bring in extra bathrooms to facilitate the number of people. You want to make sure that people had a place to make a pee-pee,
you bet.
or whatever.
There's a trailer that you can rent.
Sure.
That are like top shelf amenities that are nice.
Ours were not that nice. Ours were just traditional porta potties.
But honey bucket of love?
But I've seen those ones. Yeah, like a cow rally honey bucket.
Yeah, honey bucket of love. There's a matrimonial version. It's got ribbons and stuff. It's really neat.
It's nicer. Rose petals.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It just feels romantic as you're going to the bathroom.
Pink instead of blue. It's lovely.
It's really nice. Yeah. Candles, probably. So Seattle has these new bathrooms. They're solar powered, so it's like you're going to the bathroom in the future. And let's see here. Katrina Gashard, who's one of our reporters, earlier today was talking a little bit about this. She has a little bit on it, so let's hear from her, and then let's have a little chat about what you can expect from these 4 bathrooms.
This includes where fans will go when they really gotta go. Mayor Katie Wilson is holding a toilet paper ribbon cutting.
Oh, this is also a thing, yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Katie Wilson's having a ribbon cutting ceremony, but somebody in her office said, hey, you know what's funny? We could just cut toilet paper. So that's going to be in 9 minutes at 1 o'clock that they'll be doing that.
Today, to open brand new public bathrooms, the city is teaming up with Throne Labs to install 4 solar-powered self-contained restrooms in Pioneer Square and Soto. They've got running water, modern features, and don't need connection to water or sewer. City leaders say it's a small but important step toward clean, safe, and accessible bathrooms. Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
So as I was reading into these, they will be accessible by, here's what's confusing. So they're free, but they will be accessible by cell phone or tap card. And I'm not sure what that means exactly. I assume that means that you have to get some sort of a code in order to, like you'll be standing on site, you'll maybe get a code.
Probably scan a QR code.
That then lets you into the bathroom.
And I think that's intended to keep the less desirable element of our population from using, exploiting, damaging.
Sure. I do have this did remind me of a bathroom debacle that happened years ago. Do you remember the self-cleaning bathrooms? Do you remember that story?
Oh, yeah.
We'll get into that in just a second. Well, I referenced it, so I'll tell you about it right now. Back in I want to say this would have been back in the early 2000s, probably back in like 6, 7, maybe 8. Seattle decided that they needed these self-cleaning bathrooms. And so what they just, and I remember this was like a hilarious story. We did it on Dory's show. What Seattle decided to do is install these futuristic bathrooms that cleaned themselves. Like literally there was you ever go to the bathroom in places and they have those toilet wipes or those, the
seat covers.
No. The dryer wipe, they're the wipes to dry your hands, but you just like pull them out of the thing and it just keeps recycling.
Oh, the cloth hand towel recycle.
Disgusting,
for drying.
but yes, exactly.
The germ farm that was sanitation.
Yes, so they had something like that connected to the back of these toilets that was supposed to just like sweep across the top of the toilet and clean it and then get sucked back into
If I remember correctly, there was a plastic cover, like a toilet seat cover, that was on a roll at one end.
Yes.
And every use would feed a brand new 19 inches of plastic around the seat.
So here's the problem. People pee on toilet seats. And so that plastic cover just got covered in pee, and then would drag that urine back into the, and not just urine, would drag it back into the thing, and then would just drag it over the toilet again, over and over and over again, making it even dirtier. And they also became a den of prostitution. They also had local pimps who were using these very spacious, large bathrooms, because all of them had to be like ADA accessible for obvious reasons, which meant that they were basically tiny little studio apartments covered in number 2 that was also being used for prostitution. It was a disaster for the city. And so the city, who had initially paid $1 million a bathroom, there was 5 of them, unhooked them, got rid of them,
never to be seen again.
Sold them at auction. And
so really? I didn't realize that.
So the city's $5 million investment recouped a grand total for all 5. They sold on eBay for $12,549.
For all 5?
For all 5.
Because you had to clean them yourself. That's why.
Well, yeah, there was a flaw. It's like a returned item on Amazon.
They were damaged.
So these new bathrooms, these portable bathrooms, are going to be $465,000 to put in and maintain. $100,000 is what they will cost per unit to host. And we'll see how it goes. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. You don't want to miss anything. We got a lot of sports stuff coming up. We'll be right back.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is here with more.
24% of businesses are now thinking about leaving Washington.
Traffic.
We are definitely seeing some slowing through the S-curves.
Conversation.
We build it, we produce it, we charge for it.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! Are you kidding me?
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
1877 Cars for Kids. KIRS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1877 Cars for Kids. KIRS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction.
1877 Cars for Kids. KIRS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1877 Cars for Kids. KIRS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. Donate your car today.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Camping World Ultimate RV Show is coming to Angel of the Winds RV Resort in Seattle. Parking and admission are free. Join us May 14th to the 17th to shop special show pricing on over 200 fully staged new and used RVs. Get an exclusive first look at new models. Check out the latest gear and accessories. Bring the family to enjoy our kids zone and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show in Seattle, May 14th to the 17th. We'll see you there.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. What if you could have the most reliable Wi-Fi
And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee.
Just 5 years of fiber-powered Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most.
That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family is banking on bandwidth. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included.
Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi.
Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi, it would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that.
Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Powered by fiber. Connected to the premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
Giving your liver a spring cleaning is easy with Active Liver. From New Nordic. Search for Active Liver by New Nordic on Amazon, CVS, Wegmans, or GNC.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM, and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. An Iraqi national, according to the Justice Department, allegedly plotted to carry out terror attacks in the U.S. CBS's Anna Schechter.
My sources tell me he was involved in both propaganda and plotting to carry out attacks. So this was a very senior person in this plot. This is not just, some guys talking about it on Telegram like we've seen some other cases. This was a very serious, credible threat.
Mohammed Bakr Saad Dawood al-Sadi faces charges including conspiracy to provide material support to Iranian-backed terrorist organizations, including Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and Kataib Hezbollah. At least 11 people have been injured in an incident at Robbins Lumber in Searsmont, Maine. It came in as a call of an explosion and fire late this morning, and smoke can still be seen coming from the sawmill. The Thorndike Fire Department says multiple firefighters and civilians have been injured. They also say multiple fire trucks have been lost to fire. WABI TV's Brian Sullivan.
We probably were a few miles out when we first were able to see the plume of smoke. You can see helicopters around the lumber yard here.
Officials on scene say Governor Janet Mills is on her way. A judge declares a mistrial in Harvey Weinstein's rape retrial, and the jury deadlocks. One juror told reporters that 9 people wanted to acquit Weinstein and 3 wanted to convict him. Loyola Law School professor Lori Levinson says the former movie mogul will remain behind bars.
It appears that the jury in the most recent case against Harvey Weinstein could not agree on a verdict, so it's ending up in a mistrial. But there's a long history of sexual assault trials against Harvey Weinstein, 3 in New York and 1 in Los Angeles.
President Trump is flying back from China on Air Force One. He says of his 2-day summit with Chinese President Xi.
We discussed, I would say, almost everything you could discuss except for a reduction of tariffs.
Washington, D.C. is joining municipalities that are penalizing parents over teen brawls that have disrupted locations, including Chicago. CBS's Allison Keyes reports.
Roving groups of teens have been disrupting parts of the district, particularly in the Navy Yard. And D.C.'s U.S. Attorney Jean Pirro has a warning for parents.
You must supervise your kids or face criminal consequences.
Pirro says they can be prosecuted under D.C.'s curfew law and can face up to 6 months in jail. The teens often gather, sometimes fighting, triggering a large police response. Allison Keyes, CBS News, Washington.
Stocks closed down on Wall Street. This is CBS News.
It's one of the most successful law and justice programs in television history that continues to uncover the truth. 48 Hours, Saturday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
And we have breaking news straight ahead involving our escapee from the Monroe prison. But first, your KIRO News Radio traffic brought to you by your Seattle Mariners. Bremerton, we just cleared that collision northbound 3 at Fairgrounds Road. Tacoma to Olympia, you just hit the 1 hour mark. Got a 4-mile bumper-to-bumper backup through JBLM. More slowing between Lacey and Olympia. Over in Spanaway, southbound 7 at 208, the collision is blocking your southbound lanes. Here in Seattle, North 5, it's a half-hour trip. You've got a jam-packed backup starting in Michigan Curve to the Columbia Towers, and then again just past Mercer to the Ship Canal. South 5 slows from Northgate in the downtown, and up in Canyon Park, northbound 405 at 527, a crash blocks your HOV lane. You're backed up to 195th and Bothell. Bellevue to Linwood has about a 5-minute delay. Don't miss 8 fireworks nights this season, presented by T-Mobile. The first show is May 29th. Get your tickets at mariners.com/fireworks.
KIRO News Radio. Breaking news.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors, and we're just hearing breaking news coming out of Monroe, and Frank Lindsay joins us now with the latest.
Yeah, Nate, we've been following the escape of inmate Samuel Evans Kimball, who was out of the prison as of last night at 10:53. We've just learned from the Department of Corrections that Kimball was caught and is back in custody. He was apprehended at 12:15 this afternoon at the Linwood Transit Station. There was no incident in getting him back into custody, but we're told that he was hurt apparently as he was trying to get over the fence line during his escape from the correction center overnight. He's serving a 27-month sentence for domestic violence court order violation. But again, 25-year-old Samuel Evans Kimball, the inmate who escaped from the Monroe Correctional Complex late last night, is now back in custody. Nate?
Thank you, Frank. A bystander and a Pierce County deputy saved a 19-year-old shooting victim's life near Spanaway Wednesday using a belt as a tourniquet. Deputy Carly Capetto says their quick actions were critical.
Essentially, if it hadn't been for the bystander and the tourniquet that the deputy provided, I can't say this victim would be alive.
Deputies are still searching for the suspects who took off in a stolen red Toyota Corolla that was later found torched. So far, authorities have not released their descriptions. President Trump says China is poised to make a major purchase from Boeing as the U.S. looks to ease trade tensions with Beijing.
A lot of great trade deals, including over 200 planes from Boeing with a promise of 750 planes, which will be by far the largest order ever.
Details remain unclear, including how many of these planes are part of new businesses versus existing orders. If finalized, it would be Boeing's first significant deal with China in nearly a decade. Well, the wait is over, Hawks fans. The 2026 schedule has been released.
Kicking off the season at home with a Super Bowl rematch, going up against the Patriots. That game Wednesday, September 9th at Lumen. Also at home, we've got the Cardinals, division rivals, Rams. The bigger rival, 49ers, Cowboys, New York Giants, Chiefs, LA Chargers, and the Bears. And then on the road, they'll take on the Cardinals, Rams, 49ers, Broncos, Raiders, Eagles, Commanders, and Panthers. And we do know we'll take on the Rams Christmas Day.
And early projections right now say it's the Seahawks and the Rams at this year's Super Bowl. That's KIRO 7 TV's L. Thomas. And now check out your KIRO News Radio weather. Isolated showers, breezy conditions, and a chilly high of 53 this afternoon. We're almost there. Cloudy, breezy, and 51 in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours ago. I was in the restroom. What happened
I'm
here?
going to defend Nate here. I'm going to defend Nate here.
Yeah, what do I do now?
Well, you said in a point of commentary, which is just an opinion piece, that the Seahawks and Rams are predicted to favored to be in the Super Bowl.
That wasn't my opinion. That's what the news was saying.
Okay. Well, and folks pointed out that the Seahawks and Rams can't play in the Super Bowl because they're in the same conference.
Well, that makes sense.
It does. But I will say this, and given the last Super Bowls as evidence, the real Super Bowl was held right here in the NFC Championship game. By all accounts, that was Super Bowl.
It was a banger.
So
I said that twice today now.
My gosh.
I just learned a new young person word, so I'm saying it a lot.
Banger?
That was a banger.
Okay. Nice.
You know what that means?
Well, in my antique fat boy mind, that's bangers and mash. That's some good Irish eating right there, buddy.
It's Irish eating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's bangers and mash.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody says, man, that song's a banger, I think they mean that's a delicious song.
Nailed it.
Filling.
Yeah.
Resident young person can attest.
Thank you.
All right.
Slay. I appreciate it. And slay is a thing. I don't know what that is.
I do. I know that one. Okay.
It's also a food term, I believe. Let's get into, because we're talking about the Seahawks and Ram, who are apparently the favorites to be in the Super Bowl. I did not hear that happen. That's funny though.
It was adorable. God love you. Roll went.
So the Rams are actually favored to be in the Super Bowl. Seahawks are the second most. This is the odds of the Seahawks making the Super Bowl. They're second.
Yeah, I've seen that.
The Rams.
I've seen that in a lot of different predictions.
Why do you think that would be? When I look at the two teams, now I'm a little biased because
yeah, of course,
I love the Seahawks as we all do.
Yeah,
and I look at the Rams and I look at the Seahawks and I go like, I don't know. The Seahawks have the most exciting quarterback in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
They have, well, I don't know. Okay, maybe they're the most exciting.
Sam Darnold is many things, but exciting isn't one of them.
Seahawks have a very solid guy who's the quarterback, I will say.
Seahawks have the only quarterback in the NFL that didn't commit a turnover in the playoffs. I'll take that all day long and twice.
Who's the most recent Super Bowl winning quarterback? Also Sam Darnold. Yeah.
So I think
they have the best wide receiver in the game.
They do.
JSN.
They're Offensive Player of the Year. You bet.
They
Absolutely.
have a stellar lights out defense.
They probably have the best defense in the NFL.
So
a lockdown defense.
What is this, people? Is this another thing like where Cal Raleigh should have been MVP, but all those people on the East Coast gave it to what's his face?
To Judge.
To Aaron.
I think there's a lot to what you're saying there.
I think that's what it is.
I think they look at the league MVP and Matt Stafford, and they look at that Tinseltown lineup, and it's a very talented roster down in L.A. But I think what I've seen people point to is the loss of our offense coordinator, Clint Kubiak.
Okay, fair enough.
And the
Going to
loss
Raiders.
of the Super Bowl MVP, K9, Kenneth Walker III, going down going over to Kansas City. I think they see those two losses as given the Rams a leg up on this division. And
my comment on Ken Walker is he was a solid dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to miss him on the Seahawks, but I don't think he would have had all of the accolades late in the season without Charbonnet.
Oh, absolutely.
Or as my mother-in-law calls him, Chardonnay.
You drink every time he carries the ball. It's hard to watch the guy.
Quick side
hard
note.
to make it to the fourth quarter.
Quick side note. If he does not end up having his own signature Chardonnay by the time his career is done, he has missed a massive opportunity.
We've got winemakers in the building, or at least families of winemakers in the building.
Sure. Yeah,
he
needs his own
Chardonnay. You and family
Absolutely.
They're in the biz.
You're right. Yeah. So that's how I feel about him. I also feel that obviously Clint is a tough guy to replace, and but everyone was taking their leadership from McDonald, who is solid. If I had to choose one of those two as a head coach, I would go with Mike McDonald any day of the week.
He clearly and defense wins defense wins championships. McDonald's a wonderkin.
He's amazing.
Darnold has proven himself.
Yeah, and they're both solid dudes. I want them to be as successful as they can possibly be as long as it doesn't get in the way of the Seahawks. That's how I feel about the Raiders.
Yep.
I also feel that if you do pound-for-pound comparisons, Puka Nacua versus JSN, who would you rather have on your team long-term? Obviously JSN, for me.
Well, I wasn't going to bring it up, but when you look at Puka Nacua, he's got some issues off the field that may contribute to
some off-the-field issues?
He is, and God love him for realizing he might need some help, and he's getting the help in the organization for making sure that his well-being as a human and a citizen is a priority, which makes him a better football player. It's a good business decision.
Sure.
It's good all the way around.
Yeah, but wouldn't you rather just have a guy who's there right now?
A guy who doesn't seem to have a downside. Who's all about community. We've heard the stories of JSN.
Yeah, he's solid.
And how did he spend post Super Bowl? He wasn't out, celebrating at the clubs with a lot of the guys, and they've earned it. The season's over. It's a long season. JSN's with his family having a why I got here moment.
Yeah.
Thanking everybody in his circle for the
going
contributions
outside,
they made.
Mowing his parents' yard.
3 a.m.
Petting sweet little baby bunnies.
Sure you bet.
And mending the broken legs of injured birds that run into
That's why we
the
love
windows
him.
on his house, which are too clean because he's just taking care of business all the time. That's what JSN's doing. He's solid. He's as solid, honestly, as like when I see Mendoza down in Oakland.
Vegas,
Not Oakland.
Vegas.
I keep saying Oakland. Down in Vegas.
You will for a while. It's okay.
So they have all these releases that happened today. We're going to talk about, in case you guys haven't guessed, just a couple minutes of sports because it's fun. Seahawks put out their schedule. I didn't realize that all the teams coordinated this, but it makes sense because they would all know and they all want to make have a fun moment. So what was your favorite team schedule release video that went around? Did you have a favorite?
I've only seen a couple of them. I haven't checked all of the league out. I saw some.
I haven't seen all 32 to be fair.
Yeah.
But I've seen a few.
The Raider one is brilliant.
So good.
Brilliant.
Step Brothers, which was really good. Here we have a little audio here. Let me pull it up. This is the Raiders. So this is Fernando Mendoza, who's the #1 draft pick, and he now plays for the Raiders. And we also have new Raiders quarterback Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins, the seasoned veteran.
And they decided to parody the Step Brothers movie, which is hilarious.
So this is the locker room.
And rule number 1 is do not step on the shield.
What happens if I sneeze around it?
Don't do it.
What if I...
Don't do it. So what's the best Star Wars movie? Empire Strikes Back or Rogue One?
Ha! Trick question. Star Wars A New Hope, which was originally titled just Star Wars in 1977, but then they changed it to Star Wars A New Hope in 1981. Say your favorite football play on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Turbo right, 63 wide shallow. Jinx!
Did we just become best friends?
Yup!
That's
Beautiful.
fantastic.
Beautiful.
It's pretty good.
Beautiful.
Did we just become best friends? Yup!
I do wish, though, that they would have done this instead. I mean, I'm glad that they parodied it the way that they did. It was very funny.
It was a nice idea.
We'll get to the Seahawks release in just a second.
Which
They also
was-
had a
which
really
was
good
better.
one. Which is better.
Which is
yeah.
better, yeah.
And Josh Lucas, fantastic. He's great. But this is, I wish this was the part of Step Brothers that they would have parodied. I think this would have been also great. I mean, it's just, whatever. It's personal preference.
I'm just going to come out and say it. I'm ready to take on the Catalina wine mixer.
Ho, ho, slow down there, Speed Racer.
I know what it entails, and I'm ready to nail it. I want it. Okay? I want the Catalina wine mixer.
Yo, yo. Hey, your brother wants a shot at the Catalina wine mixer.
I'm ready. I'm walking tall. You think you're ready to run with the Bulls? I've been earning and burning, snapping necks, and cashing checks.
Screw it. Let's let him do it.
That's the funniest movie.
Oh, God.
Is that one of the best? Like, can you name another comedy that holds itself up as efficiently and still as funny as Step Brothers?
I think it's a much overlooked classic. I don't think enough. That was my only concern about this parody for the Raiders.
Is that they couldn't live up to it?
Well, no, I don't think enough people know the beauty that is Step Brothers.
Really?
I'm serious. I'm telling you.
Mike, you've seen Step Brothers, right?
Yeah.
Ian, you've seen Step Brothers?
I mean, come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what I think it is?
Look at the room. This is an intelligent room.
Well, it's a room full of guys.
A lot of rubes out there who haven't maybe seen the beauty that is Step Brothers.
Step
That's
Brothers
all I'm saying.
Step Brothers is very good. You know what else I just watched? Complete side note. I just put this on the other night just because my wife and I were looking for something to watch where we could just kind of just chat, and we weren't really paying attention, but we ended up just watching it. It's a great movie. Something About Mary.
Oh, yeah.
When's the last time you've seen Something About Mary? Comes out in 1998. Nobody knows what to expect, and before you know it, she's got tall hair, and everybody just goes, "Wow, that's funny." Do you remember that movie?
Of course.
It's so funny. And Christopher, what's his face from Schitt's Creek? Do you remember what's his name?
Chris Elliott.
Chris Elliott.
Yeah.
By golly,
Every character in that movie.
everything in that movie
Could have their own movie.
Yeah, Warren.
Everybody.
Everybody's just hilarious. So funny.
Brett Favre.
Favre, yeah.
So funny. All right, that's a good segue back to football. Go ahead.
The Seahawks schedule release video. First off, I didn't realize that it had become such a media event to do these schedule release videos. I mean, it's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, every team has. Did you see the Cardinals, by the way? Sad.
I didn't see the Cardinals.
Sad.
No.
They try to rebuild a dead Cardinal, basically, make a robot Cardinal. It's bad. It's sad.
They rebuilt a dead bird?
Well, basically, they have a destroyed Cardinal, and they have some mad scientist, animated mad scientist kind of guy, like a claim stop motion kind of guy, building the robot.
Is it AI
Cardinal.
or is it a real dead bird?
It's animated. It's animated.
Well, that's still kind of
But
gross.
and speaking to the Cardinals' lack of success on the field, they're carrying that off the field.
Is it
to
like
lack of success?
Is it like a Frankenweenie type thing?
Yes.
Like a stop motion
robot with laser eyes and metal wings, and the big new rebuild. It's always. I guess we're always rebuilding. Is what's written on the field and on the wall of the locker room. Always rebuilding.
Yeah,
that's a mantra to win by.
It's not good when you're the dead carcass. When your team is the dead carcass.
Who are we in the scene?
And
We're the dead carcass?
Quick side note, did you just call it a robot or a robot?
Robot.
You call it
robot.
I thought you said a robot.
No. I've heard that pronunciation
You've been watching
before.
Sci-Fi Channel, haven't you?
A little bit.
Have you been watching Twilight Zone?
A little bit.
We have a friend who calls it a robot. She's from a different country.
I got another one that does it too.
She talks about how she's afraid of robots, but it sounds like she's saying rabbits.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But
afraid of red butts?
Yeah.
What?
What? That
makes no sense to me.
So the Seahawks release Josh Lucas, who every woman thinks he's a real handsome man, whatever. I don't know. My wife does. This is the start of the video from him.
How do you capture the essence of a winner?
He does sound like a handsome man, doesn't he?
He does, man.
I'm 2 seconds in.
He's the voice of, I think, Home Depot.
Home Depot, yeah.
And national campaigns.
Many national
People
just get things done.
Yeah.
Or whatever his thing is. He's also in Sweet Home Alabama. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah. Ford and Ferrari.
I didn't realize
he was adorable in Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah, he's
adorable.
Yeah, he's adorable.
You're a perfect country boy.
If I had a daughter, I'd want her to marry him, except the age difference would be not good.
Not that
now.
schlub from New York City that she was thinking of marrying, that she was going to marry.
I don't have a daughter, but if I did and she was Josh Lucas's age,
right?
I would but I think he's married. So actually, I wouldn't encourage that relationship.
I don't know how it's going.
But this is Josh Lucas talking about the Seahawks.
Study the plays, watch the tapes, crunch the numbers. No, the only way to capture the essence of a winner is with a fragrance.
Because they're parroting
cologne ads.
Cologne ads.
Yeah, because they spend tons of money on cologne ads. Remember Johnny Depp did a cologne ad, right? They bring in the big guns.
What was his called?
For cologne ads.
Dior Sauvage.
How do you
It's
know
locked
that?
in my brain.
Because he's young.
I just
And
went
it
through an
works.
airport and it's
Yeah,
like
right.
all over the place.
Yeah, right. You're a huge Johnny Depp fan. It's all right.
Yeah,
I am
okay.
too.
Well, so
Jack
am I.
Sparrow, dude?
Yeah.
Sure.
Blow?
Yeah.
Great movie.
Great
Everything
movie.
he does, fantastic.
21 Jump Street?
21 Jump Street's
Anybody?
also very good.
Sorry.
Gilbert Grape, also very good.
Brilliant.
What's
Benny
your
and June?
What's your favorite Johnny Depp movie? We're far afield, but it doesn't really matter.
I like Public Enemy, the Dillinger piece. I loved it.
That was very
Great
good.
movie.
That was very good.
Johnny Depp can do anything.
I have to say my favorite is Jack Sparrow. I do think Pirates of the Caribbean is just he is a singularly talented, strange
You took
individual.
a Disney ride and made it into a movie franchise, basically on your own, on your shoulders.
And, by the way, a little insider knowledge, they wanted to fire him from the project. So
Why?
Okay.
What?
They didn't know what
I
it was.
thought your insider knowledge was that there's a Captain Jack Sparrow on the ride now at Disneyland.
Well, there is.
There is, yeah. But
no, that's not very insider.
Okay,
Anybody who's ever been to Disneyland, it's not inside information.
A lot of people go there.
He is actually so he starts filming that. They don't know. That's not written into the role originally. That's his artistic interpretation.
Of the role?
And the stories that I have heard is that when they
believe it.
started filming with him, Disney sees some rushes of it and they're like, "What is this? What's he doing?"
It's a Disney movie.
Yeah. And he's basically like kind of a Keith, what's his face?
It's Keith Richards.
Keith Richards.
In fact, Keith Richards played his dad in a
Who then comes in and plays his dad.
Yes.
And they're like, what is this? And then the movie comes out and everybody's like, oh my gosh, this is genius.
Yeah.
And then he ends up being in a ton of them. And
one of the greatest characters ever created.
So
and he did
great.
it, and that's his interpretation. That's brilliant.
Yeah, isn't that pretty cool?
Back to Josh Allen.
Back to Josh Lucas.
Lucas, I'm sorry.
This is A.J. Barner is also in it.
Emotion. Power. Bombarding. Parfum des Seahawks. The signature fragrance of the Seattle Seahawks. But it's only the beginning.
This is pretty funny.
It is. They got a dark side cologne.
Yeah,
Here you go.
He's got the sunglasses, he's got the jacket,
It's
just like in the
magic.
parade. It's great.
Trash talk. It smells better than you.
Smell the dark side.
It smells good.
But the dark side. The beauty is how they go and just thrash the rest of the league.
Yeah.
They, there's a cowboy cologne. There's a tush push cologne. You don't know which one comes in two bottles. You don't know which one
Is
smells
that the
worse.
opponent supercut?
The opponent supercut.
All right.
Yeah, it's all together.
Great.
All right, let's play
Because
a
they're
little bit here.
beautiful.
This is pretty funny. But I do just want to give Rabel. Rabel's in it as well.
Raves is great.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Holy catfish! I've been saying it for years, and now you can smell like it. But the real question is, what will the Seahawks' opponents smell like?
I want the bottle.
It's got real chunks of catfish.
I want the bottle that the Holy Catfish cologne comes. Have you seen the bottles? Gee, it's brilliant.
So funny.
Brilliant.
They could make. The NFL is so good at marketing. They're the best at marketing of anybody out there. Every single league, the NBA should go and find the NFL. Who's ever running the NFL marketing stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and they should say, "What are you guys doing? Give us your insight because you're making money and we're losing money."
People traveled to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to watch the NFL draft live.
Yeah.
You convince humans to go to Pittsburgh.
Amazing.
And watch an NFL
And
draft.
to be excited for a draft where even the draftees didn't show up.
Right?
Mendoza wasn't even there.
NFL marketing.
He was on his couch. All right, so this is the Seahawks Supercut. I have not seen this part yet, so I'm excited to hear this with you guys for the first time.
Pig. The 49ers bring you Substation.
It's electric.
Up next, guys.
Oh, that's so funny.
It gets better. It's great.
Because all the players are like
Complaining,
losing their
injuries.
ligaments.
Yeah.
Because of electricity or something like
Practice
that.
next to a major substation.
Wow.
It's a real treat from Philadelphia, the Tush Push, the greatest contribution they have made to the NFL. Now, as you can see, it comes in two separate bottles.
Is this Joel McHale?
Joel McHale doing an
Okay.
infomercial for colognes. Genius.
It's like a QVC style thing.
Oh, that's great.
Separate fragrances, and you would be surprised at which one smells worse. Now, conversion number 2. This is an amazing cologne. It smells of melancholy. When you put this cologne on, you don't even know you've already lost. It's a fortuitous must.
Excuse me, could you tell me what cologne you're wearing?
Yeah, it's Nostalgia 96 by the Cowboys.
Have you tried?
What did he say?
Nostalgia 96, the Cowboy cologne. Yeah, the Rams was
Nostalgia 96.
The Rams was conversion number 2.
That's so funny.
You put it on, you don't even know you've already lost.
That is
It
hilarious.
is awesome.
I saw this funny thing about the Cowboys during the Super Bowl, and it was a picture of JSN like catching a breather on the bench. Did you guys see this? Because I think, isn't he from Texas? Isn't he a Texas guy?
I believe he is.
And he's got a Cowboy star. And somebody zoomed in on it. They said, "Hey, congratulations, Cowboys! You finally made it back to the Super Bowl." It's like, pretty funny.
The Cardinals' new fragrance?
Yeah. To be honest, it smelled like a rebuild.
What about the Bears?
At some point, you got to decide if you want to smell like Indiana or not.
We've run out of time. That's super fun.
Do yourself a favor and go look at the Seattle Seahawks 26 season release video.
Very funny.
It is brilliantly done. A group called Pack Rat, local ad company, built that.
Very quickly, credit where it's due. Did you see the Rams release? Napoleon Dynamite?
No.
It's very,
okay.
You remember the credits in Napoleon Dynamite
Sure.
where he's like, it's just two hands making waffles or a pancake or whatever they're making, and then like squeeze ketchup on it and then send it off. And that's how they introduce all the stuff.
Yeah.
They do the same thing for their entire schedule, and it's so funny. And like the placemat will be from Chicago or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
And
The teams that are on this. Great.
yeah, it's very good.
Oh, that's
The
awesome.
Chargers one was also excellent. They're
You
like
beat
the
me to it, the
pioneers of
Halo
stuff.
thing.
The
Yeah, that was
Halo
awesome.
Okay.
They also made a substation joke at the 49ers' expense.
That's funny.
It's great.
That's crazy. All right, a lot of great stuff. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. Spike, what do you want to chat about next?
Well, yeah, I don't know either. I'm too busy watching NFL films.
Can I do some self-promotion?
Sure, of course, yeah.
I think this would be a fun conversation. I wrote an article on mynorthwest.com. I want people to go and check it out. The title of the article is Seattle Has a Bellevue Problem. And I would like to discuss why they have a Bellevue problem.
I'd love
you
that.
may agree or disagree, but maybe we'll do another judgment.
Sure.
I'll throw some numbers at you, and we can decide if they have a problem.
We can do that next if you'd like. We can do it next. Let's
do
that.
it next.
Great. Perfect.
All right, go check it out, mynorthwest.com, and we'll discuss it next. Stick around.
The John Curley Show.
I have a 1941 Dodge at the front of the house. And
there's a nest in there.
Wasps. Big nest.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
I got 2 cans of wasp spray. I put them both on the seat, and I get a 22 rifle. Poof! Giant, cloud of fire and poison, which it did work. That seemed like something that Matt Damon, what's those movies he was in? Born Identity, a Born Identity thing.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Camping World Ultimate RV Show is coming to Angel of the Winds RV Resort in Seattle. Parking and admission are free. Join us May 14th to the 17th to shop special show pricing on over 200 fully staged new and used RVs. Get an exclusive first look at new models. Check out the latest gear and accessories. Bring the family to enjoy our Kids Zone and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show in Seattle, May 14th to the 17th. We'll see you there.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here with my buddy Shannon O'Kelly from IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. Shannon, I get so used to hearing our pro teams in town talk about talent acquisition, being the lifeblood of their teams. At IRG, how important is talent acquisition for you?
Brock, talent acquisition is everything. Here at IRG, we are looking for those people that want to be the best and the brightest. You know, our strength here at IRG is what I call our human capital. And our clinicians here at IRG are great, but we expect greatness. We provide them with ample mentorship opportunities, continuing education, advanced certification payment, in addition to providing Con Ed. When they receive advanced certifications, we also increase their base salary because they've improved themselves as a professional. They've improved their ability to provide great care. And that's what it's all about here at IRG. Great care. We want the best and brightest.
With over 40 convenient locations, IRG is in your neighborhood. Find all the details at irgpt.com.
Held over due to popular demand. This is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, today through Sunday. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, today through Sunday. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. 18-month interest-free financing. Our factories have demanded we sell 1,000 hot tubs and swim spas this weekend. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Huge factory incentives, factory rebates, this weekend only. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. We can remove your old hot tub. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Deep discounts. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Just relax and enjoy. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Today, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Free admission. Free delivery. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Call 833-SPA-SALE or visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
You could sleep through the night without thinking twice. You could take a seat in the middle of the theater. You could drive without worry of where the next restroom is. You used to say yes, and somewhere along the way, you stopped. Not because of one big moment, because of 100 small ones. A little more urgency, one more trip to the bathroom at 2 a.m., one more mental note about where the restroom is. It happened slowly enough that it just became you. But it's not you. It's enlarged prostate, and there's a treatment called aquablation therapy, the only ultrasound-guided robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Find an aquablation therapist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466, 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. You know, assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. 4, 6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's cars with a K.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. The search is now over for an escaped inmate in Snohomish County. 25-year-old Samuel Kimball was caught around 12:15 this afternoon at the Linwood Transit Station. The Department of Corrections says Kimball escaped last night from the Monroe Correctional Complex. Some neighbors say they were never alerted.
Anyone escaping from prison or jail at all is terrifying, scary, but the fact that we're not hearing about it is even worse.
Kimball was taken into custody without incident, though officials say he suffered minor injuries while climbing a fence to escape. Kimball is serving a 27-month sentence for a domestic violence assault. President Trump is aboard Air Force One at this hour on his way back to the U.S. after a 3-day visit to China. CBS's Wei Zhizhang reports the president is touting, in his words, fantastic trade deals.
Trump said China agreed to buy American oil, 200 Boeing jets, and soybeans.
The farmers are going to be very happy. They're going to be buying billions of dollars of soybeans.
Now, as for those Boeing jets, it is not clear how many of those planes were already on the books. Boeing CEO Kelly Ortberg was among a group of top U.S. executives who traveled with the president to China. Now to the closing bell report. Starbucks announcing another round of corporate layoffs. The company says it is cutting 300 support roles across the country. Seattle Times reports the move is part of a broader effort to simplify operations and put a stronger focus on performance inside stores. Positions in marketing, product development, and technology are among the areas being reduced. Inflation worries today leading to a sell-off on Wall Street led by big losses for tech stocks. CBS's Jason Brooks has more.
In addition to the tech sell-off, investors reacted to a rally in oil prices and Treasury yields, with higher energy prices and interest rates heaping more inflationary pressure on the U.S. economy. Oil rose more than 4%, settling over $105. Jason Brooks, CBS News.
And at the close today, Dow lost 537 points. NASDAQ down 410. S&P 500 off 93 points. To the real-time traffic desk we go now with Nate Connors.
Thank you, Aaron. Tacoma to Olympia is a soggy 1-hour commute. You've got a 4-mile bumper-to-bumper backup through JBLM, and then more slowing between Lacey and Olympia. Southbound 167, we're slow between State Route 18 and Sumner. 25 minutes to get through downtown Seattle. On North 5, your scattered backups start just before the West Seattle Bridge across the Ship Canal. South 5 now pretty heavy out of Northgate to the Convention Center, 25 minutes from Linwood to downtown. South 405, we're slow from South Bellevue all the way to South Center, couple breaks here and there. Bellevue to South Center is a 35-minute commute. North 405, you're slow from South Center up to the VMAC. It's 25 minutes from South Center to Bellevue. And in the north end, both directions of 405 are struggling between Bothell and Canyon Park. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
For today, gray skies, some showers at times, and highs today just reaching the low to mid-50s. Right now, 52 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Did you see on mynorthwest.com, Spike? We're going to get into this article I wrote in just a second, but did you see the picture of that escaped convict?
I did see that on his knees at the Linwood Transit Center.
Yeah, well, it looks like he's actually sitting on a bench, but yes, you can see his knees.
Okay, I thought he was on his knees.
He does have knees. You can see them. But he's wearing the same outfit that he escaped in, which they described as a gray sweatsuit. And you and I were saying at the time that they really should dress convicts in brighter clothing that's a little more noticeable to the public. Although somebody did notice.
I understand when they transport convicts, inmates.
Yeah.
They dress them in very visible coloring.
Yeah.
And this guy was, he went to bed. He climbed over the fence in the middle of the night.
That's true.
But, they make sweatpants and pajamas in orange.
Yeah.
And if you're a violent convict being held for 27 months for domestic violation of domestic assault.
It was an assault case.
So I don't think the color of dawn is what you should be wearing.
Yeah.
But your point was he got a picture of this guy,
and he's still wearing the same outfit,
same gear he broke out in.
This is hours and hours, and we were saying off the air that
I thought, by the way, one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
Well, that's nice. But I was just saying that the fact that we don't have clotheslines anymore really has hurt the escaped convict chances of getting away, because you can't just grab.
Sure.
Nobody has close air drying anymore.
Right. Nobody can run by and grab a shirt, jacket, pair of pants.
Back in the old days,
maybe a hot, delicious pie off the window to get you through.
Yeah, exactly.
You can hop that hobo train.
Also, there's not a lot of people like hopping trains anymore.
Well, this guy
with
was
their bindles or whatever they got over his shoulder.
This guy was at the transit center.
Yeah,
because he wasn't dressed like a convict. He can hop on. This is an escaped convict, in being held for a violent crime. He can then hop on the light rail station up in Linwood.
I would be interested in seeing. And I wonder if you know what's interesting is if he bought a ticket. I don't think he probably did. I don't know.
Pulls out his Orca pass.
That's not going to go over well.
They come
when
up
they're
to
charging him with escape.
He's all nervous, and they approach him. So one of the fair enforcement guys comes up and he goes, "Hey, you!" And he goes, "I didn't see you buy a ticket." And then he goes, "I'm going to give you a warning."
Yeah. Can I have your name, please? Kimball, where have I heard that?
Where have I heard that before? He goes,
okay.
You know what? That's the same name as the guy in The Fugitive.
Funny enough, yeah. Any relation?
Let me write that down and give you a fair warning. And then
you're first of 5.
If I see you do this 4 more times, then there'll be an actual infraction. That's $20, my friend. But have a great trip. Yeah.
He's like, oh, man, I saw that viral video the other day. I don't want to get choke slammed. Take me in, put on the cuffs.
This is, that video was crazy when the fair enforcement guy was.
When the story broke that this escapee was apprehended at the train on trying to catch a train in Linwood.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, he's down by the waterfront.
That's what
he's
I thought
down by
too.
the industrial. He's trying to hop a freighter.
I assume you hop on the back of one of the carts,
right?
And then you hide in there with like a hobo or something until you make your way out of town.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe there's like a camaraderie that happens, and maybe you make a lifelong friend.
Who knows?
Or at least a temporary friend until you get a little bit down the track.
At least you got to lay low because you're on the lam.
But
no.
would you show up at a Sound Transit station?
Sure, if I'm wearing the clothes of the everyman. If I'm wearing gray sweats.
Yeah, they don't even have like a number on it or anything. It's just gray sweats. Like I would assume
MDOC on the back.
Yeah, like why doesn't it say Monroe Correctional?
Right.
Whatever he's from. Where is it? Monroe Correctional Complex. Like MCC. I would think it would say something, or Department of Corrections. Something.
Something.
To identify. All right. Well, thankfully, this guy has been caught, and
but the questions remain about notification of that community, and we will be tracking down.
Yeah, why did that take so long?
Yeah.
Why did that take so long?
And if the process is that learning the community of a dangerous situation has to be cleared through the governor's office, if that's not an immediate, I mean, I can see if you want to clear messaging, fine.
Yeah.
Then in moments of public safety emergency, there should be an immediate response to the questions asked.
100%. So I will break out one of my favorite characters, Frustrated Horse. Come on.
Oh.
Let people know. All right.
Fergie.
Can we talk real quick about this? I wrote this piece. I'll be interested in your take on this, Spike. It's on mynorthwest.com. You guys can check it out. It's titled Seattle Has a Bellevue Problem. And the reason I wrote this is because I heard this clip the other day. Katie Wilson was talking to the Seattle channel, and they asked her about, Seattle is facing, by some estimates, about $500 million in a budget deficit over the next 3 years. And they were saying, what are you going to do to plug that hole? And so Katie Wilson was talking about possible new taxes, possible new capital gains taxes, all these things that she may or may not even have the constitutional ability to do. It may not even be legal to do some of these taxes she's talking about, but she's talking about them. And she was saying that, it's a real one of the real problems that Seattle suffers from is that there is a direct comparison to other local jurisdictions who are choosing to do things differently. And so when you compare that to Seattle, sometimes Seattle doesn't look as favorable. And she said specifically in this case, Bellevue draws a lot of comparisons that are not great for Seattle.
I do think it's a problem, and I've stated this publicly many times, when Seattle's kind of business environment, tax environment gets very out of step with our neighboring jurisdictions, including Bellevue.
And I wrote about this in the piece, and it reminded me of, we've all been in like group photos.
Yeah.
Like take a picture like at a wherever with a bunch of friends. You haven't seen a bunch of friends in a long time, so he goes, everybody, crowd in here and let's get a shot.
You bet, yeah.
You never
catch the moment, catch the memory.
You never stand next to the best looking person. You always want to inch away because that's going to be, there's comparisons that happen naturally. You want to find the most unattractive of your friends to stand next to. Everybody's crowding. You're like, boy, look who's popular.
I thought it was because I was popular. It's just standing next to me because I was. It makes perfect sense now.
But doesn't it make sense?
My friend Glenn, who's driving a bicycle across the country as we speak, he was pushed to the far edge
because he's got 4% body fat.
Right.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Dang.
So I think that's what Seattle unfortunately finds themselves in the position. They're standing, they are a stone's throw from Bellevue, and yet they do run their cities very differently. And to Seattle's critics, I don't want to give them full blame for everything that happens in Seattle. Seattle does bear more of the burden of the local homeless problems that Bellevue doesn't put up with. However, I will say this. Seattle also has a much easier rules and regulations when it comes to homelessness.
Absolutely.
And Bellevue does not allow those things in public spaces where Seattle does. So it does come down to city policy. What are you willing to put up with? Who are you willing to arrest? Which laws do you follow and say, like, hey, you know what?
What are your priorities? Yes.
What are your priorities?
Absolutely.
And I do some side-by-side stuff that I found online. And it's just interesting when you look at where cities are spending their money, how much value you're getting from those tax dollars that Katie Wilson's talking about. I highly recommend everybody go read it and share it with your friends as much as you can. Much appreciated.
You write great stuff on mynorthwest.com.
That's nice.
You really do. It's
That's
It's a great read. It's a great piece. Problem is, you write. This one's right at the top of the page as it should be.
Yeah.
If I want to read your stuff, it's down there for you, folks. It's worth searching for. Is what I'm trying to say to people.
Yeah. Well, this one's at the top.
It's the top of the fold.
Just click on the page.
Yeah.
You'll find it there.
It's all good stuff.
All right. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. When we come back, some other stuff, and I have lost my tease.
No. We can either.
What do we got?
We have some Porch Pirate Mayhem. Or we can also talk about the additional layoffs coming from Starbucks, from Microsoft. Lots.
There's a lot of good stuff.
Lots of stuff.
People hit us up on the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476. We'll be right back.
Lumen Field on Seahawks game days is your key to unlocking premium hospitality, views, and experiences. Host a memorable event in your own private game day suite. Or see an up-close, unique perspective from sideline and end zone field seats. To learn more about all the ways you can elevate your Seahawks game day at Lumen Field, visit Seahawks.com/premium.
Well, the rainy season is in the rearview mirror. It's a great time to call Integrity Roofing and Construction to schedule yourself a free roof assessment, free video inspection. Integrity's been around for years, been named Business of the Year, year after year after year. They've got an incredible design department. They do complete restorations, simple repairs, roof replacements, the whole 9 yards. You can check them out online at integrityrc.com or give them a call at 206-202-ROOF. When you go online to the website, integrityrc.com, check out the wonderful, many, many wonderful reviews. One of them is mine.
Take me out to big trees, take me to see the leaves. Privacy screens and evergreens, you already know they have thousands of trees.
Big Trees for tree sales and transplants. Find Big Trees in Snohomish or BigTreeSupply.com.
Summer's supposed to be fun. When the kids are home all day, the groceries, they add up fast. G. Scott here with a quick heads up from Safeway. There's a program called Sunbucks that gives qualifying families $120 per child for summer groceries. Some families are signed up automatically and will get a card in the mail. Others need to apply. Take a minute to check. It could really help put food on the table for your family. Head to freesummermeals.org to find out more. That's freesummermeals.org.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started bagging up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
$83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise. There's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Held over due to popular demand. This is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, today through Sunday. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, today through Sunday. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. 18-month interest-free financing. Our factories have demanded we sell 1,000 hot tubs and swim spas this weekend. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Huge factory incentives, factory rebates, this weekend only. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. We can remove your old hot tub. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Deep, deep discounts. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Just relax and enjoy. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Today, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Free admission. Free delivery. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Call 833-SPA-SALE or visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
Digging in my yard, trying to lay a pipe. I hit a water line and now I have to pay a big fine. I should have called 811.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco bill, and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Eggland's Best. The only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home in Washington, recent headlines might concern you. Talk of pocket listings or private networks where only certain consumers see certain properties are all over the media. Good news. The legislature recently passed a bill to protect you in your transaction. No secret deals, all listings available for everyone to see, not just an exclusive club of insiders. This means more competition, better offers, and fair access for all consumers. Learn more at warealtor.org, sponsored by Washington Realtors.
All right, welcome back to the show. A lot of stuff to get to. Let's talk about Starbucks for a second. Did you see the story, Spike? Starbucks they made another announcement. More corporate jobs cut. What'd you think about this? Is it 300?
300.
Is that right? 300?
Coast to coast. 300
Coast to
jobs.
coast. So it's not all local stuff.
Not all local jobs. And this is innovation. This is technological advancement. This is AI.
Yeah.
This is mainstreaming. This is becoming a more efficient company under a new CEO.
Yeah. They made a lot. I mean, Starbucks has made, I'm looking back now, just in the last few months, I think since, was it October or November, they made the initial, we're going to shut down a bunch of corporate jobs. And it was like 1,100 nationwide.
Yeah.
Although 900 of them were local, which is not good, but
no, and
makes sense.
That was on the heels of location closures, a retooling of how their business model will be.
You're right. That didn't even
forward.
count local shops.
Right.
And then a lot of those, but I do feel like Seattle has borne that burden. That's not right. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Borne that burden? A lot of the shops that have closed have been local shops. And I wonder if that is happening more here than it is in other places, because Starbucks is expanding.
They closed a lot of locations, but they also announced a lot of new locations.
It's a weird thing where they're contracting to expand. So they're saying we're not becoming less. We're actually just wanting to grow in places where we feel like there's growth.
We all make the joke, but it bears out to be true. In a lot of places, there are literally 3 Starbucks on the 3 corners of an intersection.
Yes.
And Seattle said that's just not, and that was most often here in town.
Yes.
Because I understand when they were the only game in town and people had excessively amounts of disposable income to, coffee's a necessity. I'll give you that. Staple of life. But,
But do we need one across the street from each other?
To get traffic going in both directions, because they don't think someone's going to cross the street to get to it. They don't want you to have to cross the street to get to a Starbucks.
Although
that's why they were there.
We do know that sometimes that leads to love connections.
We met at Starbucks. Not at the same Starbucks, but we saw each other at different Starbucks across the street from each other. And Hamilton got up the courage to walk across the street one day and approached me.
Sometimes I'd be in one Starbucks and then you'd be in the other Starbucks. And then I'd think maybe, I should go over to that Starbucks the next weekend, and then you'd be at the other Starbucks. So we kind of crossed. I know, it's so stupid.
He's so good.
Did you have that in your back pocket?
I was ready to go.
Good for you, man. But when they're making jokes about it, it's a problem.
And that was in the 90s.
Yeah.
That was like, think about how crazy it is, how big Starbucks got, that they became a joke that you could actually, everybody could just relate and be like, oh, isn't it crazy? There's a Starbucks right here and a Starbucks. Like, I can reach out and touch the other one. Why not just have one Starbucks that offers coffee to anybody who wants to come in without having to cross the street?
They closed one near my house, but still 2 of those 4 corners have a Starbucks on them.
Are you kidding?
Across the street from each other. Yes.
Well, I mean, when you look at it like that, like, what's the point? Why have? Do they just want it to be in every direction, like everywhere you look?
Well,
the dead cat theory.
Well, one of them is it's not even inside a grocer. It's like on the wall, the exterior wall of my local grocer.
Sure.
But it's available. It's got parking. It's got access to the outside world. You can
Probably
walk
got
in
its
from
own
the store.
entrance.
Yeah, absolutely. And across the street, the one they built, a brand new, beautiful drive-up location, which replaced the third one that they replaced because it was in a strip mall.
Yeah.
It wasn't very convenient. Didn't meet either of those two other
And
business
the drive-up
needs.
location, I imagine, does not have an interior.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Oh, they do?
Well, because otherwise that'd have been one of the ones they dumped.
Because they did want to get rid of that drive-up
only mentality because they want to be a place to come and stay.
Mm-hmm.
They've gone back to ceramic cups.
Yep.
They've gone back to
Comfy
not kicking
couches.
people out. Free Wi-Fi. They want you to come and hang.
Isn't it funny how everything just happens and goes away and then comes back? I mean, everything new is old again. Everything old is new again.
Yeah, we're a fickle culture.
They just want it to be like friends. They just want people to sit down all day, eating muffins, drinking coffee out of big giant cups in giant purple chairs. That's what they want.
Sure, that's right.
And it sounds kind of nice.
That's what they look back to, and all things are old or new again. That's when they were their most successful.
Yeah.
Before they get into the pick-up only stores, you got stores where they don't even take orders. They're just like distribution centers for online ordering.
I do feel like that was the straw that broke the camel's back, and it was all pandemic related. Everybody shifted their business model, and they started doing. And I'm not going to name the company because I don't want to embarrass them, but.
You're not like you're the mayor or somebody standing up from their business telling them not to do their business.
I don't want to hurt their business, but if I said something, I would hurt their business. So I don't want to do that. But there is a company that I'm thinking of that I used to frequent all the time. And then the pandemic hit, and then they started adopting the online orders. And then I understand why you're doing that. And more people are able to get your product. You're able to sell things. The problem was that they started getting so many online orders that then their in-person service just turned to absolute crap. And so I would then go in and I would be like, hey, where's my in-person service? They're like, well, sorry, we're like snowed under from all these stupid online orders.
Right, and drivers come and DoorDash has helped exacerbate that same problem.
People who aren't even eating the food.
I see the same situation in numerous retail locations with regard to food.
They got to figure that out.
Absolutely.
There's a happy medium, and they haven't figured that out yet, but they need to, because otherwise I can get my burrito somewhere else.
Well, I take small comfort in the fact that the latest wave of Starbucks reductions for employees isn't based on Seattle's or Washington's horrific business climate.
It's across the U.S.
You know, first when you wake up and see more Starbucks, it's like, great. What has Fergie done now?
Yeah.
What has Wilson done this time?
Yeah.
It wasn't.
This is nationwide.
Yeah.
All right, we got a lot more coming up. Friday favorites next. Stick around.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Renton police investigating a shooting that happened just after midnight.
Engaging conversation.
It's just indefensible. The mayor's communications team should be better.
Traffic.
A full closure now, southbound 509 at Alexander Avenue.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
It's a hot spot on your dog's leg. But the internet says you can treat it at home. You're not sure though, 'cause now it's oozing.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Ooh, he's licking it. Super gross, dude.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
The Camping World Ultimate RV Show is coming to Angel of the Winds RV Resort in Seattle. Parking and admission are free. Join us May 14th to the 17th to shop special show pricing on over 200 fully staged new and used RVs. Get an exclusive first look at new models. Check out the latest gear and accessories. Bring the family to enjoy our Kids Zone and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show in Seattle, May 14th to the 17th. We'll see you there.
Nick, you know what my dad always used to say?
Oh, which thing? Let me guess. If you put anything on a hot dog besides mustard, it's un-American?
Okay, that's true. Okay, but no, about the word worry. Remember he used to say about the word worry?
Yes, that it's not a verb, but it actually is.
I know it's a verb, but Nick, his point was nothing comes from worrying. You can sit here and worry about all the news and all about the chaos in the world. You worry about your health, but nothing comes of it. You have to take action.
Right.
Like, for instance, you and we go into Longevity Medical Clinic. That's an action. It's about taking that action. Like, people can go go to Longevity Medical Clinic to get the free health analysis, and then they can find out how they're aging and the things they can do in order to slow down the process to have a big, full, rich life so you can enjoy a hot dog with whatever you want on it.
And now worry is a verb.
See, there you go. So it all starts with you taking action. I was a patient at Longevity long before I started doing these commercials. So get your free health analysis. Go to lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Deep to right field. Going. Goodbye, baseball.
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house. But for a view that's a real home run, check out right field. Make that the dump yard. Sure, it's a great spot to see our fearless outfielders fly, dive, and slide.
Wow! Victor Robles makes the catch!
But you might get to flash some leather too, because the forecast in the dump yard always calls for rain. Raining big dumper home runs, that is.
Number 60, the magical tour of Cal Raleigh just continues.
Mariners baseball. Trident's up.
The Mariners' upcoming schedule is stacked with epic events. Tomorrow is Salute to Armed Forces Night, featuring a military cap giveaway thanks to Boeing. And then it's Josh Naylor's Mariners bobblehead debut, Monday and Tuesday, presented by Western Washington Toyota dealers. Get your tickets today at mariners.com.
KIRO News Radio.
Get on the YouTube channel.
We're live all day on YouTube. Every show, every day.
Hang out with us. The whole gang's there.
And you never know what you might see.
Back up the camera. Oh, my God.
Just search KIRO News Radio, then subscribe.
Insulation rebates from PSE are at historic highs. American Crawl Space and Pest Services gave over $3 million in PSE insulation rebates last year. More than any contractor in Washington. Homeowners, business owners, and PSE trust American Crawl Space and Pest Services. Was your home built before 1990? Visit AmericanCrawl.com to see how much you can save on replacing your insulation.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour. Your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. A terror plot targeting Jewish institutions in New York, California, and Arizona has been foiled. The Justice Department says an Iraqi national has been arrested and charged with providing material support to Iran-backed terror groups and plotting to carry out attacks in the U.S., according to CBS's Anna Schechter.
This was the Joint Terrorism Task Force working with their partners, including an MI5, MI6, and they were able to infiltrate this individual's communications, electronic communications. So that's Telegram, that's messages on Snapchat, and even phone calls. And they were able to pinpoint and bring this indictment with an incredible amount of detail.
A law enforcement source familiar with the investigation says the suspect is believed to be affiliated with the same Iran-backed militia group that kidnapped American journalist Shelley Kittleson in Baghdad on March 31st. She was eventually released. The State Department says that Israel and Lebanon have agreed to a 45-day extension of their ceasefire. An explosion and fire at a lumber mill in Searsmont, Maine, some 90 miles from Portland, has injured at least 11 people. Catherine Robbins Halstead is one of the owners of Robbins Lumber.
All employees, the most important thing I'm so thankful for, are accounted for. Buildings can be replaced, employees cannot.
Authorities say they are investigating the cause of the blast. President Trump touted fantastic trade deals after a two-day summit with Chinese President Xi Jinping, and now he's on his way back to the U.S. CBS's Weijia Zhang also reports.
When it comes to Taiwan, which was the real sticking point for Xi, Trump said Xi asked him directly if he would defend Taiwan, and Trump said he told Xi he wouldn't talk about it. Trump says they agreed Iran should not have nuclear weapons and that the Strait of Hormuz must be open. But China did not say whether they would directly get involved in ending that war, although Trump said they would help.
A tenured Tennessee congressman ends his bid for re-election after the state carves up his congressional district.
The most difficult moment I've had as elected official.
But longtime Tennessee Congressman Steve Cohen says he's ending his re-election bid after Republican state lawmakers redrew Tennessee's congressional map, dismantling his district that was built around largely black and Democratic-leaning Memphis. Cohen, who's Jewish and white, says he'll re-enter the race if his court challenge restores the old boundaries. The NAACP is also suing over the redistricting. Heather Bosch, CBS News.
Africa's top health agency declares an Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo, reporting nearly 250 suspected cases and 65 deaths. This is CBS News.
The stars shine brighter on CBS Morning.
This is a slam dunk.
So cute.
Gail came in singing for me today.
On CBS Mornings.
Coming up, an escaped inmate caught at a local transit center. The details after Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
Seattle Sports has our update. We've got scattered showers across the region today, and that's adding to some headaches, especially Tacoma to Olympia. We're up to an hour and 15-minute commute now, a 25-minute delay, where steady rain has created scattered slowing through South Tacoma, a 4-mile hefty backup through JBLM, more slowing between Lacey and Olympia. North 5 were slow between JBLM and the Tacoma Mall. Both directions of I-5 are struggling between Fife and State Route 18, and westbound 18, we're bumper to bumper from Military Road over to I-5. Here in Seattle, it's about 25-30 minutes to get through downtown on North 5. We're looking at scattered backups starting near the Michigan Curve now up to the Ship Canal Bridge. South 5, right under the I-90 interchange, we've got a collision block in the right lane, and this adds to a solid backup starting in Northgate, Linwood to Seattle, up to a half-hour drive. Both directions of I-5, you're heavy through South Center. And up in Linwood, we have a new crash on State Route 525 at Beverly Park Road. It's got the left lane blocked in both directions of 525. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. The man who escaped from the Monroe Correctional Complex last night is now back in custody. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch reports 25-year-old Samuel Kimball got out late last night.
Kimball escaped around 11 p.m., but his escape went unnoticed until the 3:30 a.m. bed count. Kimball is serving time for domestic violence assault. Some neighbors, like Kramer Carlson, were unaware of the escape.
Anyone escaping from prison or jail at all is terrifying, scary, but the fact that we're not hearing about it is even worse.
The 25-year-old Kimball was apprehended just after noon at the Linwood Transit Station after a number of helpful tips from the public. In Monroe, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
42-year-old Auburn police officer is behind bars facing felony charges involving a minor. The Pierce County Sheriff's Internet Crimes Against Children units took the officer into custody at the Auburn police station. Deputy Carly Capetto says the arrest was carefully coordinated.
We felt that arresting him at that location would be the safest location for the public and the community.
He was arrested on suspicion of felony immoral communication with a minor. That officer will stay in jail through this weekend. He's expected to see a judge on Monday. Pierce County authorities are releasing body camera footage showing a deputy and a bystander using a belt as a tourniquet to save a 19-year-old shooting victim near Spanaway. Video and audio shows that man in intense pain.
Grab that and cinch it. I know.
The people involved in the shooting Wednesday took off in a stolen red Toyota. It was later found on fire. Suspects have not been caught. No word yet on a possible motive either. Well, with the World Cup just a month away, it is not clear if one of the teams will show for its match in Seattle. FIFA has not confirmed Iran's participation amid the conflict in the Middle East, and Iran is scheduled to face Egypt at Lumen Field on June 26. Seattle Times reports Iran is concerned about securing visas for its players and staff to enter the U.S. Now to your weather update, looking at cloudy skies today and light rain this afternoon. Some showers tomorrow as well. Right now, 52 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour to go. Man, we got a lot of great stuff. People, we're going to have a lot of fun. We got Friday favorites coming up right now, and then we got even more stuff after that, and more stuff after that, and yada, 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 all the way to John Curley. Then it's the weekend. Everybody go take a little time off and then come back here on Monday, and we'll do it again. Should be a lot of fun. Let's start with Friday favorites. This is a fun thing where we can look back on this big week of stories that we cover, all various different things. really a grab bag. Can be anything we feel like we're really excited to talk about again, or maybe we feel like we haven't fleshed out fully. And so that's what this segment's about. Mike, you're going to start us off.
All right.
Tell us what your favorite story was this week, and then we'll build up to me and Spike. Go ahead.
Well, my favorite thing about this show is when we get downright inspirational. And I like when the positivity comes out, especially at a time when the news cycle is hard and there's escaped convicts and all kinds of hard stuff. But what I like is when we can stop down and take some words of inspiration. So one segment that really, really resonated with me was this post from Tim Tebow that we talked about attitude and positivity. And I have it up here, and I would like to read it. I have it.
Read the post. This is Tim Tebow, who is famous for playing college football, also playing NFL, and
a man of faith.
Huge man of faith.
Heisman Trophy winner, national champion, man of faith, NFL quarterback, playoff winner, and that's not the most inspirational thing about him.
Yes, inspirational guy. Yes. Go ahead.
A font of positivity, I would say.
Absolutely.
So Tim Tebow writes, "Attitude is a choice. Gratitude is a discipline. Bitterness is expensive. Nobody accidentally has a great attitude. Nobody stumbles into gratitude, and nobody means to end up bitter. It just quietly moves in when you stop choosing something better. Guard your peace like it cost you something, because it did."
It's a really good quote, and the reason it's all of those things are very true. Have you ever met people? It's really interesting because life is all about like routines, and just like if you establish a certain way of thinking, or if you establish relationships with certain people, sometimes that inertia just kind of like carries you down the road. I have had people in my life who, for whatever reason, decided that I was going to be a person that they were just going to complain to, and then that became our relationship. I've worked, and this is I'm not going to name this person, but I have worked with people. It was again, I'm not going to name the person, but I will tell you, it was a lady that I had worked with at one point in my life who was sweet lady, very nice, and decided that I would be a good person to talk to about just things that she was not pleased with. And what ended up happening was I kind of became almost like a confessional sounding board. And then it was just the routine, like, hey, what are you complaining about today? And then I did not want to talk with this person because it was depressing. She probably also felt like, man, I'm really depressed being around Jake, because she was always telling me all these things instead of just saying like, hey, you know what? Everybody has got hard stuff in life, and it's about the attitude you choose to have in response to those things.
That's right. You ever heard the statement or the old saying, there are two wolves inside you, one good, one evil. Which one lives?
I'm waiting for the...
No, it's not a dad joke. Not a dad joke.
Okay.
It's the one you feed.
Perfect analogy.
You decide what kind of view you have on the world, how you interact with the world, how challenges affect you.
Yeah.
Are you a victim or are you challenged?
Sure.
You decide to have, and that quote from Tebow says it all.
Yeah.
Bitterness has a cost. Is that, to paraphrase?
Yeah, it's expensive.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
To be mad and resentful and bitter, it eats at your soul. You've heard the saying, a grudge is when you take poison waiting for the other guy to die.
Yeah, that's 100% true.
That kind of mentality, it's a great thing to keep in mind. Because, you said you give your kids every day, a choice to how to interact with the world. Every day.
I wrote a piece on this because I was so moved by this. I was making the joke that my grandpa and Tim Tebow have great advice, and I said they're not the same person, which was the joke. It's not a great joke, but...
Well, when you look at you, you'd have to ask, because you got all the similarities.
From Tim Tebow?
Yeah. Tall. Light complected.
We're both tall white guys?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Do all tall white guys look alike to you? No, just kidding. No,
I look like one way and you look totally different. Thanks for making my point.
Tim Tebow is super athletic looking, which I am not.
I love the guy.
But Tim Tebow and my grandpa both have this idea about attitude, which is, I told this in the piece that I wrote, a top attitude. That's like my family motto. Choose to have a top attitude. And it doesn't come naturally. You literally have to make that choice. And I'm trying to pound it into the head of my kids who are still at a young age and still have not learned that you don't have to let the whims of your being upset or whatever it might be, those feelings don't have to carry you away.
Nope.
You can decide to just say, hey, you know what? Maybe things not flowing my way right now, but that's okay. I'm going to have a good attitude about it.
Yep.
And then those problems are much smaller.
Decide what kind of day you're going to have, and that's the kind of day you are going to have.
There you go.
Think of it like a stick that you throw into a stream. You can jump in after the stick, or you could just watch it flow by.
That's nice.
I'll wait for the dog to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send
there
your
you
dog
go.
to get
That's
it.
it.
And get a dog, actually. Dogs are really nice.
Nice.
That would be my advice. Get a dog. All right. What's your, what story did you love?
I love this theme of positivity and good news.
Yeah.
Because as Mike mentioned, we've had so much news this week, whether it was the tragic death of the student at the UW, whether it was, you name it, too many to get into.
Sure.
You brought a story in about, I'm going to take you to Broward County, Florida, and 3 young men from Cooper City High School who were just driving on their way to school and saw an elderly gentleman on the side of the road changing a tire. And they thought to themselves, you know what, that guy looks like he could use a hand. He's a senior in our community. And these young men took it upon themselves to pull over and offer to change this man's tire, and he was so grateful. And as he sat in his car while they changed his tire, he was not feeling his best and complaining that he wasn't feeling well. And these young men called 911.
Wow.
And this driver was having a heart attack.
And they saved his life.
They saved his life.
Amazing.
And not because they saw somebody, in an emergency, tragic situation. They saw a guy changing a tire.
They did a nice
And that was
thing.
enough to cause them to step up and be a good citizen.
You want to hear a little bit from GMA
Please,
with
please.
the teens? Here we go.
The first thing we saw is the man on the side of the road trying to fix his tire. He actually notified me that he was having a hard time breathing.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
There was an old guy on the side of the road. We're helping change his tire, and he did not feel good at all.
Sir, you okay? What's happening?
Deputies from the Broward County Sheriff's Office responding. The man saying he was having chest pains.
We'll grab the stretcher. We'll take you over to the hospital, okay?
Emergency personnel arriving within minutes, taking him to the hospital where doctors confirmed he was having a heart attack.
Hey. Thanks again, guys. You guys are awesome, man. Appreciate it, all right?
This simple act of kindness likely saving a life.
I think it was very lucky. It's just right place, right time. Maybe God put us there to help this guy out in his need.
The 3 boys honored by city officials and thanked by a recovering Diego and his family.
It doesn't cost anything to be a good person, and you never know where it could lead.
That's such a sweet story.
Oh,
and those kids, too, think about that. They just did the right thing to help, kind of an older guy change a tire, and he ended up saving his life because he was having a heart attack. For the rest of their life, think about how every single interaction they're going to have for the rest of their life, they have now saved a human life. And they're young. They're 16, 17 years old. They're going to carry that with them forever. And they're always going to remember this amazing good deed that they've done. And I bet you there's going to be times in their life going forward in the future where they're going to be at a crossroads and thinking about a decision. We're going to make the right decision or the wrong decision.
Yeah.
And they're going to hold on to that moment. That's going to save them in a million different ways for the rest of their life.
Very true.
Because they did something good. That's a wonderful thing. And also it highlighted, because you had a crazy story connection to this. That guy got a flat tire, and he thought, oh, this is bad news. I got a flat tire. But then while he's having a flat tire, he starts to have a heart attack, which might have killed him.
I guarantee a man in his 80s on the Florida side of the road in the sunshine, bent over, turning a jack on a flat tire, trying to spin some lug nuts, break some lug nuts free. That exacerbated already a bad situation inside his chest, a time bomb.
Yeah.
And, I had 6 years ago, I had a heart attack.
Tell the audience about that. I mean, I know you just talked about it the other day. And I hope you don't mind doing it again.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Mine was self-inflicted because I just living terribly. I was under a lot of stress. There was a lot of anxiety in my life. It was during COVID. We were out of our home at the time because we had a house fire 3 months prior. So we were out of our home as it was being rebuilt after the fire and living in a rental.
middle of COVID.
In the middle of COVID.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, my wife is at home. She's got health conditions, so she couldn't leave the house. I was doing everything every day.
Feeling stretched thin.
Just feeling stretched thin. Did I mention I was unemployed during this period of time?
No.
I was unemployed. COVID had shut down the job I was working at in an advertising company.
Oh, my gosh.
All of our clientele closed their doors because of COVID. So I'm unemployed. I'm trying to find a way for our family.
Literally the most stress you could be in.
And we were going to go spend a Saturday helping some friends over on the peninsula, clear out their property for the spring. This was in June. And we were trying to catch the Edmonds Ferry, and we just missed the Edmonds Ferry, which was stressful enough because you're, come on, we got to go. We'll put one more thing in the car, all these things.
Always, yeah.
And we get down, we're pretty close to the ferry, but we get down there and then the gate closes and we're missing the ferry. So we'll just drive around. We're going to drive around. It's fine. And we drove from the ferry to my home, which was maybe 5 minutes south of the home that was burned because we're still going to get my weed whacker out of the garage.
Sure.
Between the Edmonds Ferry and my house, I started having shortness of breath, profuse sweating, and chest pains. And I get to our driveway of our home, which was under construction, and I'm getting out of the car. I'm just kind of standing there trying to catch my breath. My wife's like, "What's going on?" So I'm just give me a minute. I'm okay. Let me just catch my breath. I'm a little stressed, a little strained. And she said, "No, get in the car. We're going to the hospital." I said, "No, I'm fine. Let me catch my breath." And the truly unpleasant Mrs. O'Neill said, "Okay, I'm going to call an ambulance because you're going to the hospital whether I drive you or they drive you." So I got in the car and she took the wheel and drove me to the hospital, and they got me to the Northwest, UW Medical over there in the Northwest near Northgate. And I walked in, and 45 minutes later, I was out of surgery for a heart attack. 45 minutes.
Out of surgery.
I was already, I walked in the door, they got me flat on my back and got me into a room in 1 minute.
That's amazing.
And that saved my life. And Melissa not listening to me, being stubborn. That's my angel who saved my life, got me where I needed to be.
That's fantastic.
And, those moments, these young men, when we first brought the story, you brought the story in just yesterday, but I was bemoaning how this generation is often maligned for their lack of involvement with their communities, for lack of care, for their selfishness, their self-centeredness.
To be fair, a lot of them are.
Well, this generation takes a lot of heat.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Moments like these, examples like these kids are rare.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see that there are people of this generation who are citizens and good people, good humans.
Isn't it nice that they weren't staring at their phones? That somebody driving recognized somebody needed help on the side of the road, and they weren't just staring at their stupid phones.
Right? How many cars drove past them? I imagine these kids were on their way to school or on their way. How many cars drove past this old gentleman changing his tire and didn't stop to help?
Didn't stop.
And thank the Lord, these three young men decided that's their community and that person mattered.
How quickly after you got out of surgery, at what point did the conversation come up about what might have happened if you had made that boat?
Before out of surgery, when Melissa was driving me from our home to the hospital, it occurred to both of us
you
that
knew
if
what was happening.
we knew what was happening.
Yeah.
And I knew that if I was on that boat, I'd be having a heart attack on a ferry boat in the middle of Puget Sound. And that I would have emergency services on that, hopefully. Not trying to, when we get to the other side, we'll drive to the fire station or the hospital.
Yeah, and then if you're on the other side, that would have been Edmonds,
Kingston.
So then you're driving where? Like to somewhere in Jefferson County? Or are you waiting for another boat on the way back?
No, well, I don't think I had that kind of time.
Whew.
Yeah, missing that boat saved my life.
Melissa happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You bet.
That's amazing.
An angel dropped the crossbar
dropped
in
the
front
gate.
of us. You bet.
And in the moment you said, "Oh, frustrating."
Another thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little
and that was my moment of, hey, I get to choose how I look at life, the perspective that I have on the things that happen to me and how they're going to affect me and how I'm going to react to those.
Isn't that amazing?
It's amazing.
I've landed on this new philosophy within this last year that everything happens for a reason. And I think stories like that reinforce things. You might not know what the reason is today or maybe tomorrow, but at some point it will click. That happened for a reason.
Yeah.
There's a power greater than, not to get all, spiritual and religious or whatever, but there are powers beyond our control that have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
They say if you want to hear God laugh, make a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You could hear him in the background. Did you hear that? Yeah.
There he is. He's laughing. Sounds a lot like Mike.
Sorry, I got a lot of our time there.
No, I've got a. It's probably more of a personal story that I can share right now, but we're going through somebody that we love dearly in our family, and I've told you about it off air, but somebody that we love dearly is going through a really challenging time right now. And as I'm watching and kind of going through it as much as you can with the people you love that are going through tough times, my friend has really turned to his faith. And obviously it's not in anybody's plan that you want to get hard news on, health conditions.
Right.
And, to watch him as he's going through it and also the grace that he's been given to go through it is, for me, I'm a very religious person. We talk about this all the time. Yeah. It feels like one of these stories where you just go like, hey, there's a timing and there's a place, and there's timing for everything.
Yeah.
We don't know why it happens.
Nope.
Sometimes those questions cannot be answered in that moment, but there is a bigger plan.
We can't make sense of it at the time.
That kind of bleeds in. Can we stretch this out? Because that bleeds into something else. Like mine is also inspirational this week. Good. Eric Church gave a commencement this week.
Yes.
And he talks about that in this piece. It's amazing. He has these 6 strings for life that has now gone viral. And I've pulled a few cuts from this. I want to play some of these.
Love to.
And we're going to get into it when we get back. We don't have time to right now, but we can do the next segment. And if you haven't heard this yet, I highly recommend listening because you will go into the weekend, I think, feeling very encouraged. And also, you're going to want to share it with your friends.
I'll tell you what, next break we had something scheduled, which was we're going to acknowledge it's the end of National Police Week.
Yeah.
Let's take this moment to do that.
Sure.
To acknowledge those who serve in law enforcement in our community.
Who do an amazing job.
Yeah, we ask so much, and we oftentimes fall short on our support of them, whether monetarily or from a community standpoint, and they deserve that support and our respect.
And yet, almost every story that we talk about, especially in the news industry, police are involved in a very instrumental way. Look at the story of the escaped convict who was just captured in Linwood.
Yep.
There's a picture on mynorthwest.com right now of the escaped convict sitting there, somebody who had been arrested, was in prison for 27 months for an assault, and he is being held right there in the picture. Department of Corrections sent this out by a local cop who has to step in and put himself in between danger and keeping the community safe.
Yeah, my first thought was they arrest this guy in my neighborhood, trying to go on a light rail train that my kid likely will ride today.
Yeah.
To get from our home to his job this evening.
Yep.
Could be on that train next to an escaped convict.
Yeah.
If not for the local law enforcement community who was diligent and did their job and brought him its safety.
Well, good job. Local law enforcement, local men and women
That
in law
was
enforcement.
Police
Thank you
Week
guys.
this week. Thank you for all that you do. We shouldn't have to have a National Police Week. Every week should be National Police Week.
Well, we thank you.
But we thank you. And when we get back, let's get back into
Let's do a little
Friday
more.
favorite of the
Let's
week.
do a little more encouragement before we send people out.
Sounds
on the
great.
weekend. All right, stick around. We will be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is here with more.
24% of businesses are now thinking about leaving Washington.
Traffic.
We are definitely seeing some slowing through the S-curves.
Conversation.
We build it, we produce it, we charge for it.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! Are you kidding me?
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Here's a tale of Tina searching up and down for decent GLP-1s, but got spun around.
Till Good RX wrote in, hey, we got something new. GLP-1 prescriptions, all FDA approved.
Brand name meds, no flags that are red.
Clear pricing from the start. None of those hidden fees in your cart.
Delivered to your door or pick up same day. Darn tootin'.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
I'd put it to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Hey, it's G. Scott. Let's talk real for a sec. Summer is supposed to be about sunshine and kids having fun. But when the kids are home all day, that grocery bill, yeah, it grows fast. That's why I want you to know about Sunbucks and why our friends at Safeway are helping get the word out. If your family qualifies, you can receive $120 per child to spend on groceries this summer, food in your cart, and a little less pressure on that budget. And let me be clear about this. There's no catch, no judgment. This program is simply about making sure kids have enough to eat when school is out. Here's the important part. Many families are enrolled automatically, and a card may already be headed to your mailbox. But some families do need to apply depending on income and where you live. So take a couple minutes and check. Visit freesummermeals.org. That's freesummermeals.org. Safeway, looking out for your family this summer. Once again, that's freesummermeals.org.
The John Curley Show.
I have a 1941 Dodge at the front of the house. And
there's a nest in there.
Wasps. Big nest.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
I got 2 cans of wasp spray. I put them both on the seat, and I get a .22 rifle. Poof! Giant, cloud of fire and poison, which it did work. It seemed like something that Matt Damon, what's those movies he was in? Born Identity, a Born Identity thing.
Watch the John Curley Show live on YouTube.
Held
October, due to popular demand, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, today through Sunday. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, today through Sunday. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. 18-month interest-free financing. Our factories have demanded we sell 1,000 hot tubs and swim spas this weekend. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Huge factory incentives, factory rebates, this weekend only. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. We can remove your old hot tub. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Deep discounts. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Just relax and enjoy. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Today, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Free admission. Free delivery. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Call 833-SPA-SALE or visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Home Comfort Alliance, a Carrier factory authorized dealer delivering efficiency, reliability, and quiet performance every time. John Curley here. Upgrade to Carrier cooling and get a heating system free. Use their 60-second price estimator at HomeComfortAlliance.com.
Join the conversation and text your favorite show on the KIRO News Radio text line at 888-973-KIRO. That's 888-973-5476. Powered by Muckleshoot Casino Resort. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. An escaped inmate in Snohomish County is no longer on the run. 25-year-old Samuel Kimball was caught at 12:15 this afternoon, about 13 hours after he got out of the Monroe Correctional Complex. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay tells us where Kimball was found.
He was apprehended at 12:15 this afternoon at the Linwood Transit Station. There was no incident in getting him back into custody, but we're told that he was hurt apparently as he was trying to get over the fence line during his escape from the correction center overnight. He's serving a 27-month sentence for domestic violence court order violation.
And Kimball now facing even more time behind bars with a fresh escape charge. Washington Congressman Adam Smith says he's aligned with President Trump on Taiwan. China warned of possible clashes if that situation is not handled properly. Smith, the top Democrat on the House Armed Services Committee, telling CNN today the president is taking the right approach.
We don't talk about that. It is strategic ambiguity. We are not committed to the defense of Taiwan, but we're also saying that we won't. I think it's the right policy. To go one way or the other is to risk an increase of tension.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio, meantime, says it would be a terrible mistake for China to take Taiwan by force. Thurston County business has pleaded guilty to illegally selling an elephant ivory figurine. State officials say Crawford Family Auctions admitted to violating the state's ban on trafficking in endangered species products. Company sentenced to 2 years of probation. It also pay a $10,000 fine plus a $2,000 wildlife penalty. Seattle City Council committee members are moving to tighten oversight of the King County Regional Homelessness Authority. This after a recent audit found it is $45 million in the hole. Councilmember Alexis Mercedes Rink.
The findings of the forensic evaluation are serious and require immediate accountability. And this proposed resolution is a swift but thoughtful measure that provides a pathway forward.
The resolution calls for the mayor's office to deliver an initial review on the Homelessness Authority's corrective plan by June 15th. Full council is expected to vote on that resolution on June 2nd. Now to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Nate Connors.
And this is brought to you by Seattle Sports. Tacoma to Olympia has been struggling all afternoon, and right now we're at an hour and 10 minutes, about a 20-minute delay. Steady rain, the culprit here, and we're slow through the length of South Tacoma. A 4 to 5 mile thick backup now through JBLM, building volumes to Nisqually, and then again between Lacey and Olympia. It's getting pretty steady now. Renton to Puyallup on 167 is going to take you 45 minutes. Really heavy south of State Route 18 into Sumner. Up in Kent, northbound 167 approaching South 277th. A collision blocks your left general purpose lane. We're already stacked up to State Route 18. Seattle to Federal Way is at 35 minutes. About a half hour to get through downtown Seattle on North 5. Your scattered backup start at the Michigan Curve all the way to the Ship Canal Bridge. South 5 we're bumper to bumper from 85th to I-90. We did clear that collision at I-90, though. Plan on 40 minutes from Linwood into downtown. And Bellevue to Renton, pretty solid from about mid-Bellevue all the way down to the Renton Landing. A little more slowing in South Center. Bellevue to South Center, plan on 35 minutes. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
And your forecast for today, calling for overcast skies, some showers at times, and highs today just reaching the low 50s. Right now, 52 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Before the break, we were talking a little bit about our Friday favorites. We didn't have a chance to get to all of them. And we the theme, although we didn't plan on this, but the theme ended up being just like really positive, uplifting.
Yeah.
Kind of send you into the weekend feeling good vibe.
There's never enough of that these days. Never enough good news.
There's never enough. So let's continue that. Eric Church, he's a country music superstar. He was speaking recently to the graduates of University of North Carolina. Tar Heels. Go Tar Heels.
Go Tar Heels. I hate the Tar Heels.
Why do you hate the Tar Heels?
I was born in Maryland, went to Maryland. We used to root for ABC. Anybody but Carolina.
Yeah.
I went to school and Michael Jordan was a North Carolina Tar Heel. And used to go to Maryland basketball games at Cole Fieldhouse.
And just get annihilated.
Yeah. Yeah.
We beat him once. You saw him play in college?
I saw Michael play in college, yeah.
Whoa.
We had a guy named Lenny Bias who was, Len Bias was the number 1 draft pick of the Boston Celtics who died of a cocaine overdose the night of the NBA draft.
Yeah, that's a famous story.
Boston Celtics. Campus next morning, we're like, man, did you hear about Len? Yeah, Celtics. No, man, he died. Yeah. And Lenny was unbelievable talent. To see that life taken through drug abuse, horrible. But Caroline, I digress.
That's quite a digression.
I digress.
This was supposed to be a positive segment.
Well, I hate Carolina, but I love Eric Church and his message.
Eric Church, great message.
Even the Tar Heels deserve to hear this.
Yes, so he had a message about 6 strings. It was a speech he gave. It's 18 minutes. You don't have. I mean, I would recommend the whole 18 minutes. I started it thinking I was only going to hear just a little sliver of it and then move on to other stuff.
Couldn't get away.
I watched the entire thing, and I got a little bit, my eyes got a little dusty while I was watching it.
I watched a commencement speech this week for my kids' graduation. Reggie Watts, local talent, national talent now, has gone on to great things, comedian, recording artist. But I noticed people wandering off during the speech.
Yeah.
I noticed people checking their phones.
This was like, he's speaking to a pretty large audience, Eric Church is in this case, and silence. Oh, yeah. Everybody just absolutely hanging on his every word. I'm also very interested, how does somebody develop that? Like, he's gotten very good at performing and being in front of crowds, but there is something about his ability. He's literally one man with a guitar, and I think this is unique to musicians. One man with a guitar up there strumming chords, and everybody just goes. It's like a magic trick. When somebody can play music, it's amazing.
Yes, but that's a portion of what happened at the Carolina commencement speech.
True.
It was the message that he sent. The
resonated.
guitar helped send the message, but and play some of it because I can't do it any justice.
Here it is. Yeah, a little bit of 6 strings. We'll talk about it.
Who am I kidding? I need to figure out a way to do this with a guitar. So, if you'll indulge me, I want to start with a sound. You know this sound. It's a guitar that's out of tune. Something that almost gets there, that tries, but doesn't. And some ancient, honest part of your brain knows it immediately. You don't need training to hear it. You just know. That sound is the sound of something beautiful that has not been tended to. 6 strings. When all 6 are in tune, the chords they make can stop a conversation cold, carry a broken person through the worst night of their life, or make a room full of strangers feel for 3 minutes like they've known each other forever. But if even one is off, the whole chord unravels. Not gradually, not politely. The moment you strike it, you know.
It's a clam.
I believe your life runs on this principle. And I'm going to break it down for you right now and tell you about your strings, okay?
All right, so we don't have time to play all the 6 strings. Let me, bear with me. Let me play like a couple of them.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play string 1 and string 2, which is faith and then family. String 3 is spouse, then ambition, community, and finally individual. He calls it you, but
Self,
individuality,
yeah.
yourself.
And he made that the least important. Self.
Yeah,
There's a message in that as well.
And he's right.
Yeah.
It is the least important. And people who focus on themselves are out of tune in a lot of other areas. It's genius. But he starts with string number 1, the bass chord, and it's faith.
String 1, the low E, that is your foundation. The low E is the thickest string. It is the heaviest. Every chord a guitar can make rests on this string being in tune. Your faith is the low E of your life. The thing that sits at the very bottom of you. Your belief about what this life is for, what you owe, what holds the universe together when science reaches the edge of its own explanation and shrugs. The people who tend to their faith in ordinary seasons do not come undone in extraordinary ones. They still hurt. They still sit in hospital waiting rooms asking unanswerable questions at 3 a.m, but they have a foundation to return to. The world will try to untune this string through busyness, through slow accumulation of a full schedule, a full inbox, a full life. Listen to me. Tend to your faith, not just when you're broken, but when you're whole.
That's just the first string. Is it any wonder why this guy is such a phenomenal musician and communicator of ideas that just everybody gets? I mean,
it's relevant to everybody in that room. And he had the audience, they were captivated.
Captivated.
And I'll tell you what, I watched the entirety of this commencement
You
speech,
watched it good.
And I was captivated.
Yeah.
Because everything he spoke to, every element of how he broke it down.
It's beautiful.
It made perfect sense.
Yeah. And I think he's got him in the right order, too.
Yeah. Yes.
Let me play the one about family. It's a little shorter, but it packs a punch.
String 2. String 2 is family, okay? Look out at these bleachers. Look around. Somewhere in that crowd is someone who has loved you longer than you've been easy to love. Someone who saw you at your actual worst, not your public-facing worst, and didn't leave you. Someone who worked a job they didn't love to put a book in your hands you sometimes didn't open. Someone who sat alone in a quiet house and cried the weekend you moved into dorms and wondered, have I done enough? That is family. And the A string is where the music starts to get warm.
He's got 4 more strings, and every single one of them is just as impactful.
He hits it, man.
The family one, I didn't even pull the full clip here, but it goes along. It goes on for another minute and a half, 2 minutes, and he talks about the importance of not forgetting your family. Like once you move in, he's talking to college graduates. It's a very exciting time in life. You're moving into the next stage of life where you feel like, oh, there's all this independence. I'm going to go and conquer the world. And he makes a point of saying, listen, these people who have supported you along this entire path, do not take them for granted because they will not always be here. They might be in the crowd right now. Maybe some of you don't have them in the crowd right now, but they're here right now supporting you. Take advantage of those people still being in your life going forward. Call them. I mean, this made me like when I heard this, I just want to call my parents and just say hi because they're still here. That's not always going to be the case.
And I guarantee you, I mean, those kids in that commencement, those students, I should say, young adults.
Yeah.
They all felt it. They looked around. They looked for their family member who was always
get yourself a hug while you still can.
When you were at your worst.
I know, man.
They didn't bail on you. That is such a great. I can't thank you enough for bringing that in this week.
It's really good stuff. Go watch the whole thing. We've only played you 3.5 minutes. It's 18. Go watch the whole thing. You're not going to be sad that you did. All right, we got a lot more coming up. We got text messages, lots of stuff to get to next. some really great responses, actually, from, I shouldn't be surprised. We have a great audience on the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476. Thank you guys for participating. We're going to read the best of the best when we come back. Stick around.
The John Curley Show.
I have a 1941 Dodge at the front of the house. And
there's a nest in there.
Wasps. Big nest.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
I got 2 cans of wasp spray. I put them both on the seat, and I get a .22 rifle. Poof! Giant, cloud of fire and poison, which it did work. It seemed like something that Matt Damon, what's those movies he was in? Born Identity, a Born Identity thing.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
Hey, Spike O'Neill for Aegis Living. Recently, my aunt had surgery. I was telling you about it, and we had her home the next day. But we weren't sure if we as a family were equipped or ready to give the kind of care that she needed, so we called our friends at Aegis Living. Asked about respite care. That's short-term, 24/7 expert care at Aegis Living. Everything you need to recover from a surgery. Or maybe just time away for a caregiver. Respite care is there waiting for you at agesliving.com/spike. Book an appointment today. Check out the facilities. Trust me, you can't go wrong. agesliving.com/spike.
My name is Skip, and Congresswoman Marilyn Strickland helped me with my Small Business Administration loan. With her help, I was able to keep my small business open, and she can help you too. Please contact Congresswoman Marilyn Strickland's office at 360-459-8514 or visit strickland.house.gov for help. Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Drivers who switch their home and auto with Progressive could save money and time. Other things try to do this, but they really don't. Like the touchscreen at fast food places. It's not like you save time because it takes you longer to use a touchscreen than, I don't know, someone who works there. And another thing, you'd think it would save money because they're not paying a cashier, right? But no, same price. Also, why is there an option to tip? Who am I tipping? Exactly. Anyway, even if you can't save money and time with some things, you could with a Progressive home and auto bundle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers, not available in all states or situations.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now everything's on sale during our Memorial Day event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses, plus free delivery when you add a base. Ends Monday. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. you need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco-bill, and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Under these arches, opposing teams are put to the test. Can they hear themselves over the boom of the 12s? Can they withstand the Seattle elements? Can they compete against us? Touchdown! Seahawks! This city lives for Sunday. Get your tickets for Seahawks game days at Lumen Field and experience what this city lives for. Visit Seahawks.com today.
All right, welcome back to the show. Just so many great text messages. A lot of fun topics today. We're about to read one that's very funny, so we'll get to that in just a second. Mike, start us off.
All right, so let's start with our opening topic of the day with the escaped convict, now caught. But John in Lake Stevens said, we were talking about the prison and the high school and the proximity. John in Lake Stevens says the prison was actually there before the high school. The question then becomes, why was the high school built so close to the correctional facility?
That's a great question.
It is, and we should ask. I mean,
they're like 90 years apart. The prison was built in 1907. The high school was built in 1999.
I bet the reason is to keep kids in school. They said, hey, guys, here's what happens. When you skip school, we see where that leads. So stay in school.
I love it, man. Way to find the silver lining.
Yeah, I always try to.
The razor wire lining. Chris in Port Orchard says, maybe the voters could vote on an initiative about how the voters feel about the government's public offices being trash at transparency.
Yeah, well, possibly.
And we're going to find out.
We'll find out.
If any delay, why there was a delay between notifying the city of Monroe that an escaped convict was out in their community.
There you go.
And the Department of Corrections releases 7:45 in the morning.
Doug in Mount Vernon, who might have the post of the day, sent us a text. This was so funny. So this escaped convict was found at a Sound Transit light rail station, and they got him. He's there's a picture the DOC put out of him waiting for a train. Doug in Mount Vernon says Monroe inmate probably didn't get far because he tried using Sound Transit as a getaway vehicle. Doug, absolutely 100% right. Well done.
Love it. Oh, it's my turn. Okay,
Your turn, yeah.
Random, but Mark in Port Orchard writes, my wife and I saw Third Eyed Blind at the Kingdom, not Spin Doctors. They were the opening band for Rolling Stones.
Third Eye, yeah, that's great.
I
want to give credit where it's due. Mark in Port Townsend was that text.
Oh, I say Port Orchard?
Port Orchard, which is...
wouldn't be called dead in Port Orchard.
No, you don't do that to Port Townsend.
Man about Port Townsend. Carl says, hey, Spike, big fan of the show. Was wondering if you're going to any Volkswagen shows this summer. We have a 66 Beetle.
You have like family. A show quality car?
Well, I've got a pile of parts.
Okay. Well, someday show quality.
That is being rebuilt as we speak.
Yeah.
For my kid.
Fantastic.
It was bought new by my wife's uncle in 66.
It's original to the family.
The 66 Beetle. It's been in our family since the day it was driven off the showroom floor. I'm having it completely refurbished for the little one.
What style Beetle is it? Is it one of the split window?
No, it's a 66. It's a 66. One solid window.
Okay, so that would have been 1950s?
Late 50s, early 60s, yeah. But it's
Those
a seafoam green
fantastic.
Beetle. Yeah.
Oh, is it seafoam green?
Yeah, and the beauty is you can buy everything you need for a Beetle these days. We bought a brand new interior.
Yeah.
You're getting the bodywork done. Going to put the original paint on it. Yeah.
It's fantastic. Yeah,
It's
all that stuff
fantastic
because they
stuff.
had just until recently they were still like making the Beatles in Mexico.
Yeah. I've got a picture of it I'll share I'll bring it in and share.
My sister,
And it's when it's in its glory.
My sister's first car that she ever had was a seafoam green Volkswagen Beetle. I think hers was like a 1970 or something,
Okay.
but it was like it's just a beautiful car.
It's a great car.
One of the cool features on those cars is I love the old air.
Oh, the air vents?
The air vents.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you just literally just like, just suck up air from?
Got to be moving.
Yes.
It all worked.
It works great as long as you're moving.
As long as you're moving.
And if you're not moving, then you are SOL.
Yeah.
Jesus said the term banger is now officially dead because I used it.
Hey,
Jesus,
really,
that's
buddy?
mean.
You're probably right.
It's a banger of a text.
Yeah.
It's a
There it
banger
is.
of a text. Thank
That's
you.
what
But does that make Jake a bad parent?
Exactly. Robin and Graham writes, Jake, the best gift you can give your kids is a happy marriage. Take advantage of it.
The question about a bad parenting is because I got really excited. We got a group text from the team baseball coach who said, hey, sad news, guys. The game is canceled tonight because we got rained out, which happens. All the other parents were like, oh, so sad, so sad. And my wife and I were like high-fiving.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Going out to dinner.
Because now we got a date night.
Yeah.
And I asked if that made me a bad parent. Todd and Burian says, nope, take advantage. This is a gift.
Yep.
I agree.
Doug says parents were upset they couldn't get out in the cold and rain cheering their kids on. Yeah, okay, I'll buy that too.
I don't buy that either.
Yeah.
I don't buy that.
We got a lot of texts about classic comedies. Bonnie writes, love Step Brothers, but Wedding Crashers is up there with it.
Wedding Crashers is also very good.
Yep. Hangover's great. Someone it was Liz and McKenna says The Hangover, but stop at the first one. Please.
Yes, 100%.
Destiny in Seattle said you guys reminded me of Saving Silverman. Oh, I said Sarah Silverman. Saving Silverman, best movie ever. I haven't seen that one in a long time, Saving Silverman, but that's got some funny. Jack Black.
Yeah.
Steve Zahn, Jason Biggs.
Yeah, they don't like this guy's girlfriend, so they kidnap her.
Yeah.
Break up the relationship.
Side story. What's the name of the girl in that movie in Saving Silverman? She's Amanda
Pete,
who is married to, this is a fun trivia, who is married to one of the creators of Game of Thrones. Who, this is a funny story, because I was a huge fan of that show.
Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Like a lot of people were.
Yeah.
I guess when he pitched her the idea for the show, she told him, don't do that. That's stupid. Nobody's going to like that show. And that literally was like one of the biggest... It's kind of the last television show that was appointment viewing for everybody to watch.
Oh, Game of Thrones, and the iterations of Game of Thrones, House of Dragon, that lives on. Still being put out today. Seven Kingdoms, the Night of Seven Kingdoms,
which I haven't seen yet, but I heard
she's not with the big guy, is she?
No, she's married to one of the creators of the show.
Oh, not the guy Martin who wrote the books.
I
don't see them as. I'm just checking.
No, he's not.
Because some might be after his money at that point. Who knows?
John Curley's coming up next. We got to go. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Your dog is limping, but she seems fine. Plus, you've heard they can fake it just to get what they want. So what's the deal now? You're being gaslit.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Oh, now she switched legs. What a diva.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com. Or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
I remember brushing my hair and looking down and thinking, oh my gosh, do I have any hair left? I used to look at women with thick, beautiful hair and think, why doesn't my hair look like that?
My thinning hair is making me feel so
old.
If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair, then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic. With clinically proven ingredients like apple extract, biotin, and millet, Hair Volume nourishes your hair follicles to promote thicker, healthier-looking hair. Say goodbye to shedding, thin, and dull hair, and hello to thick, healthy hair with Hair Volume.
Since taking Hair Volume, the shedding has all but stopped. Now, instead of being jealous of other women's hair, I have friends who are jealous of mine.
My hairdresser couldn't believe the difference in my hair. Now she's using Hair Volume too.
Available as a tablet or delicious gummy, Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com, or find Hair Volume in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Your medication for enlarged prostate is working. That's what you tell yourself. You're up 3 times a night instead of 5. The urgency is manageable. The stream's not great, but it's fine. That's the problem. Fine. Enlarged prostate, or BPH, doesn't pause because the medication takes the edge off. The prostate keeps growing. The bladder keeps working harder. And over time, those changes can be harder to reverse. But surgery? Not for you, right? Aquablation is not the surgery you're picturing. It's the only ultrasound-guided, robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Don't wait until things become unbearable. Find an Aquablation urologist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466. 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
Held over due to popular demand, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, today through Sunday. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, today through Sunday. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. 18-month interest-free financing. Our factories have demanded we sell 1,000 hot tubs and swim spas this weekend. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Huge factory incentives, factory rebates, this weekend only. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. We can remove your old hot tub. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Deep, deep discounts. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Just relax and enjoy. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Today, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday,